We live, baby. We definitely live. Zuma TV back in the building, man. I apologize for not going live last night. I apologize for not going live last night, people. Definitely had some good friend. I had a good friend of mine over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait to see if a few people get in. I understand it's early. I understand it's a Saturday. People shaking and moving. But you know, I'm gonna still get off what I need to get off. You know what I mean? And if anything, I'll just put that shit. I'll just put that shit in the link on my community page. Shout out the notes, of course, always in the building. Dog for life. We here till the wheels fall off. Man, the wheels ain't falling off, man. The wheels ain't falling off. But I understand what you're saying. I appreciate it, my brother. We gonna keep this shit going until we get to the ultimate goal, man. But I had some people over here. No, not some people. I had my close, a good friend of mine, one of my best friends over here, chilling. He a rapper. He was coming out. He was creating some music. You know what I mean? I'm just supporting my guy's passion. You know what I'm saying? So we were just sitting there, just chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? But even after we achieve the ultimate goal, we still gonna keep it moving, man. I'm trying to really do shit with this YouTube shit. So why not? Stop motion MMA in the building. My dog. No stop motion MMA. Those my guys right there. You know what I'm saying? But there's been some interesting things going on in box. You know what I mean? It's been slow. You know what I'm saying? It's been slow, but there's been some interesting things that have been coming about, and a lot of interesting things that have been said and insinuated in boxing right now. Your time coming, Mark, for sure. I appreciate that belief, man. I appreciate your belief in me, man. I ain't gonna disappoint y'all. I just gotta keep talking my talk, stay consistent, keep showing y'all my face. Yo, and I'm willing to. And I had somebody leave a comment talking about they would like for me to collaborate with so and so. Bro, I have no problem uh collabing with anybody. I don't have no problem debating with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind any of that. There was one dude say he was gonna come on here. He said he wanted to outsmart me or whatever, but I showed up on live that same day and he wasn't to be found. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem bringing any guests up here that want to express their opinions on boxing. I don't take this personal at all, man. Everybody entitled to their opinion, just like I'm entitled to mine. And we could, as long as everything is on a respectful level, I don't mind agreeing to disagree with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was talking crazy, but you know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. If niggas want to chop it up, we can. You know what I mean? I understand. I know. I understand like what. I understand that I know the sport. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody really gonna throw me off my game or make me feel any less. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, talking about some. I was smart, and I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could do that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I mean, I'm on here early on a Saturday, man. I'm probably gonna double up on the lives for real, for real. Depending if my son's staying with me tonight. So depending on if he cooperative or not, you know what I'm saying? If he a good boy tonight, I'm gonna definitely hop on the live anyway. You know what I'm saying? I doubt he go right to sleep. He be out for like 2 hours. That's plenty of time for me to get up. So um get up and go on live. So you already know. I'm gonna be on here tonight as well. But I definitely wanted to get some things off. What sucks is that I can't really see my title of my live on here. Sometimes I'll be forgetting the topics that you know what I'm saying, that I'd be even creating. But the first one I remember for sure was I seen Canelo had did a he had did an interview with like Steven Jackson and a few other reporters. I don't know their name. Oh, Raul Marquez is one of them. And I believe he had some other dudes on there. And they had just been interviewing him after the press conference. It was like right outside like the press stage or whatever. And they was giving him some questions back and forth. And Canelo's English is getting better. You know what I'm saying? That's dope because I really hate when guys that speak Spanish go behind translators because okay. Yeah. Appreciate that. I'm gonna keep that right there. Um it's good that they don't go behind that he's not going behind a translator, because sometimes a lot of these translators don't be really saying the right shit, or they'll like translate it in a way that it wasn't really meant to be said in. Like they say shit that the fighter's not really saying. You know what I mean? Like it's just and the people that don't understand the language, they just gonna rock with it because they don't got nothing else to. They just trust that translator's opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I like that Canelo is really taking the time to really Mazuma the truth. I don't know about them emojis, my brother, but I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they had asked him about like his previous performances, and they was straight up honest with him. Uh, they were straight up honest with him. They spoke about like his performances weren't really up to par. You know what I'm saying? They weren't really up to par. I think they brought it up on the Breakfast Club as well. But at that particular time on the Breakfast Club, Canelo didn't really say why. He just said, "Oh, I know the reason why that happened, and it's gonna be different coming up this fight." You know what I'm saying? But when he sat down with Steven Jackson and Raul Marquez and them, he said that it was because of his hand injury. You know what I'm saying? I think he recently, I think after, I want to say after the Bivol fight or after the Triple G fight, he ended up getting surgery on his hand. No, it was after the Triple G fight. So he said he needed some rest or whatever after being Triple G. So he was going to get surgery on his hand. Apparently, he got the surgery. He says that he's 100% now, so we should see a different performance. Now, with him saying that, my bad, y'all. That Southpaw had called me on Instagram. He going ham. He just beat somebody ass in my Mazuma merch, man. That boy Southpaw just beat the brakes off somebody with my Mazuma merch on, and I got the Mazuma merch on right here as well. Getting love all the way out of Chicago, man. This is one of my shirts right here. This is it says Mazuma's Sandwich Shop, world famous turkey sandwiches. Now, if y'all not from Philly, I don't expect y'all to really know the meaning behind this shirt or whatever. But turkey sandwiches is pretty much like your opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like if a motherfucker a turkey sandwich, then he easy work. You know what I'm saying? And if we hungry, we eating, and we coming into an amateur show, we going into a pro show, whatever. We about to have turkey sandwiches. You know what I mean? Like how Shannon Briggs talk about he gonna get some ribs when he hit somebody with a mean body shot. He said we eating ribs tonight. Well, in Philly, if we call somebody a turkey sandwich, bro, you already know what it is. You know what I mean? They food. You know what I mean? And Southpaw had one of my old Mazuma Boxing Club shirts on. So shout out to Southpaw, man, one of my biggest supporters, and I'm grateful for that, man. Despite what a lot of people say about him, I be having people in my DM like, yo, bro, I fuck with you, but I don't fuck with Southpaw, bro. In all honesty, you entitled to fuck with whoever you fuck with. You know what I mean? Southpaw will always be my guy. So it is what it is, bro. Y'all don't like it, y'all don't got to deal with me. It's a loyalty thing around here. Shit bigger than boxing, shit bigger than boxing reporting. And the reason why my platform is developing how it is because Southpaw took the time to put my name out there. So you already know what it is. So what I was getting to, can y'all hear me by the way? Shit, I don't want to be talking and nobody can hear me. I ain't really seeing no comments right now. Let me know. I mean, let me know. Somebody leave a comment. Let me know, man. Hold on. Let me know. Shit. What's up with the comments? I don't really see no comments. Is y'all here? Oh, okay. See? Yeah, that shit wasn't updating. All right, I see it all now. I think Southpaw funny as fuck, low key, bro. Honestly, bro, if I was at risk of getting shot all the time, I wouldn't mind having him. Oh yeah, Rolly nut ass. Yeah, I remember that. Now Rolly talking about Southpaw's a piece of shit. Oh man, shut the fuck up, Rolly. He was a fucking piece of shit. Fucking bum. Yeah, we back, Mark. Yeah, you good? Yeah. Refresh on my end. That's what I had to do. So y'all hear me? Just let me know. Let me know. Yeah. Rolly a turkey, bro. But yeah, like I was saying, bro, turkey sandwiches. That's some of the merch. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Got the boxing chain on and all. Yeah, I mean, definitely gotta give me a new chain though. My shit popped. I had to, I had to come up with some last minute creativity to fix the motherfucker. But yeah, bro, check out the merch, man. MazumaMerch.com. But what I was talking about was the whole thing with Canelo blaming his hand injury on his mediocre performances. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, homie. Thank you. Real talk. You gotta go check it out, man. If y'all like it, cop, man. But bro, I got merch everywhere. I got merch out in Hawaii. I got merch out in Florida, California, Chicago. I even up in Massachusetts. Shout out to my Massachusetts people. Delaware, Jersey, PA. Um, I even had a homie say he was going to cop in the UK. I didn't see that purchase yet, but he told me earlier when I woke up. One of my homies out in the UK said he was going to cop the merch. So my shit is international. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the supporters, man. But are we buying this or not, bro? Y'all gotta let me know in the comments, man. Let me know if it's facts or cap. Is Canelo's hand injury enough for us to say that that's the reason why he's been having these mediocre performances? Let's really think about it. Let's really talk about it. You know what I'm saying? He said that because of his hand injury, he wasn't able to train 100% for his fights. You know what I'm saying? What about Brooklyn? Now, I haven't gotten no purchases from Brooklyn from what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to be the first one to bring them out there, bro, do what you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do. I'd love to have it out in Brooklyn. Shout out to NY, man. Like I said, my pop from there. My pop from out Coney Island, so it's all love. But yeah, is that enough for us to buy to give motherfuckers a pass, bro? Like it's cause I understand the extent of hand injuries. I had a hairline fracture on this wrist right here. I got it from sparring. I sparred this one dude. I hit him on the top of the head with a left hook, and I felt the automatic pain just shoot up from my wrist all the way up to my elbow. And when I took my hand out the glove, my wrist was swollen, and it hurt. Um, it hurt for a long time, man. And in all honesty, it took a long time to heal because once you think the hand injury is resolved and you're able to go back into training, you get back into hitting the bag, hitting the mitts, whatever you're doing, and you just feel that sharp pain again. So it makes you just hesitant to throw it. And it can be like an emotional stress on you. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in those situations. It's stressful. You want to get back. You know, you hungry. You want to get back in the mix. You want to keep maintaining your momentum and shit like that. But the hand injury definitely holds you back. So being in Canelo's situation and just trying to think about his perspective going into these fights, and these is not like easy fights neither. Like Triple G is not an easy fight, even though he was a lot older and easier than the previous fights. I think he said he had the hand injury with Bivol. That's not a good fight to go into with a hand injury. And then the John Ryder fight. You know what I mean? John Ryder is not a top dude. He's not a top tier dude, but he's a rough guy to be in there with if you don't have both of your hands. You know what I'm saying? Mazuma speak on a Rolly situation. The WBA said he has till Monday to show proof that he's injured. I actually like that the WBA is doing that because I think a lot of these guys are blatantly pulling out of fights to pursue bigger fights and then blaming it on injuries. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this several times. If we go back to the Keith Thurman situation, they said he got in a car. He said that he had gotten in a car accident and got some type of whiplash, so he wasn't able to fight Sean Porter, so he delayed the fight a little bit. And Kenny Porter said when he called, I think he said he called like insurance companies and they didn't recall any accidents. So that was kind of funny. Um, um, Even with Jermel, you know what I'm saying? Not saying Jermel lying or whatever, but he pulled out. He said he had a hand injury against Tim Tszyu, and then suddenly gets a Canelo fight. When he said he been talking to Canelo for months. So did you talk to Canelo for months before the hand injury? Like, what exactly is that situation? So I think that all these sanctioning bodies need to start pressing these guys for their medical records. You know what I'm saying? Like, prove that you actually injured. Prove that this is an actual thing, and we'll you know what I'm saying? We'll see past it. We'll give you you know what I mean, time to heal and recover, and we'll set up the fight for another date. But I think, in all honesty, that's a great thing that the WBA is doing, forcing that man hand. Because if he's not injured, and he's not showing a history of being injured by his doctors and shit like that, then what's really going on? Do you not want to fight your mandatory? That's the obligation that comes with having a belt. And if you don't fulfill your mandatories, then, you know what I mean, the mandatory going to have to fight somebody for it when it's vacant. They're going to strip you, and they're going to keep things going. You know what I'm saying? These sanctioning bodies want their fighters to be as active as possible, because the more that they fight, the more they get a sanctioning fee. You know what I'm saying? So Rolly got to prove he injured. If not, then he's just going to have to fight O'Hara ASAP, or he could just give up his belt and have O'Hara being his number one mandatory to fight somebody else on the list for the belt. It's that simple. You know what I mean? Like, Rolly thinks that because he got that one big fight with Gervonta Davis, that he thinks he's some sort of star and that he only wants big fights. He feels like he doesn't have to fight anybody except the big fights. And it's like, Rolly, you got shit fucked up, bro. Like, you only fought Barroso because it was for a belt and you didn't have nothing else lined up. You couldn't get any other big fights. Everybody else is occupied at 140. So with that being said, it's like, Rolly, you not the exception, bro. You're not a pay-per-view star. You're not even a boxing star like that. You only known for getting your highlight reel is more known. You getting highlight reeled against Gervonta Davis is more well known than any accomplishment you ever achieved in the sport. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why he's so big headed and think that he's too, you know what I mean, valuable or too big to get these fights against these up and coming contender dudes. Like, I don't understand that. But that's just my opinion on it. You know what I mean? I think I haven't watched O'Hara Davies fight, but I mean, if an old ass Barroso gave him a tough fight, I'm sure a younger O'Hara Davies could maybe give him some fits. You know what I mean? Do you think Rolly beats his mandatory O'Hara Davies? Because I think Rolly power will be too much. Rolly do got power, even though I don't like dude. Yeah, Rolly got legit power, bro. Like, that's something we really can't lie about. We can't. If you say that Rolly don't got no power, like, you just hating. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously he's a big puncher. He has great conditioning too. He has great conditioning, and he got some hand speed as well. He puts his combinations together well too. He hit Tank with some shots, nothing devastating, but he got fat. He's explosive. He has hand speed. And he punches extremely hard with both hands, and Tank admitted it. You know what I mean? We seen Tank on the back foot setting traps, and not necessarily coming towards Rolly and trying to be the aggressor. So that lets you know how strong Rolly is. But he's extremely limited. Oscar even signed the Golden Boy. Yeah. Yeah, of course. That was a strategic move, man. I just feel like Oscar's trying to get as much involved with the PBC as possible, because they understand that PBC is making the biggest fights, and the biggest fights generate the most money, man. So that's just a business move on Oscar's part. It was actually a smart business move. And he understands the O'Hara is Rolly's mandatory. So he fight Rolly. Rolly's with PBC and Al Heyman. It's another big fight for Oscar to be a part of and keep himself relevant. It's a cash out. You know what I'm saying? Rolly is only known for beating up a young Ryan in sparring and getting knocked out. That's it. Yeah, for sure. But, like, I don't really put too much stock in the sparring, man. Like, a lot of people really talk about it, but it's like there's fighters who look amazing in sparring, and they get under them bright lights and they lay an egg. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't put too much stock in the sparring, and just because sparring turned out that way doesn't necessarily mean it's going to turn out like that on fight night. You know what I mean? Because just like I heard Teofimo gets beat up in sparring all the time. Like, all the time. I know that from people that have come to my gym, or just people that I know in the boxing world. They be like, yeah, man, like, Teofimo easy work. Like, I used to fuck him up, this, and that. And then Teofimo will go on and beat top guys like Josh Taylor and Vasyl Lomachenko. So There's people who look bad in sparring, but rise to the occasion on fight night. Then it's the opposite. Guys who look amazing in sparring and then lay eggs on fight night. So this depends. That's why I don't really put too much stock in the sparring. Tank even said his punches felt like bricks. I believe it, bro. That kid looked strong, and he was a big 135 while he was there. If Rolly gets to have the same ref in his last fight, he might go undisputed. Nah, bro. Don't say no shit like that. Yo, bro, if Rolly was able to do that shit, bro, that will really, I don't even know, bro. I would really question my boxing intelligence after that. Rolly got power yet couldn't stop the old man without the help of the ref. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But that dude Barroso was punching too. He put Rolly on his back pockets, man. You know what I mean? And I think that Rolly definitely is timid now that he feels like, I think he questions his own chin now. You know what I mean? Because Rolly was never rock rattled or anything like that from what we've seen in prior footage or prior fights. And then as soon as he got knocked out by Tank, and then he got knocked out in sparring by Joanne Ingram, it seems like he really don't want to put it to the test no more. Like, he doesn't believe in his chin how he used to. You know what I mean? He used to go for broke, take a lot of risk, and then against Barroso, this man was using movement, trying to outbox. And I'm like, really, that's not you. And what was crazy was once he started getting back into his own style, he hurt Barroso. But then he went back to the boxing shit. I'm like, bro, I don't understand why you're doing this. Like, this outboxing style is not you. And that's the reason why you got sat down. That's the reason why the dude was having success in the fight. But as soon as he turned up, been aggressive, and was being him, he was having some sort of success. So I'm wondering, I'm like, did you try to take the outboxing approach because you're not trying to get hit? Do you not question your chin? What is it exactly? Because we never seen this side of you before. Yeah, have a translator take away from the personal needle fighters. Wait, hold on. The personal need fighters, translators to other fighters. Then back is just pure BS. Anyway, loving your channel, respect from the UK. Yo, see, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Much love from the UK, man. I got a few guys from the UK on my channel, and I fuck with the UK, man. Shout out to y'all. Try and get some merch over there, man. So if y'all can make that happen, please make it happen, bro. I want to see Mazuma merch out in the United Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? We got some Australian dudes over here. I want to see Mazuma merch in Australia. I'm not too big on the money. I just want my brand to be recognized worldwide. I think that shit would be super dope. Mazuma Southpaw is good stuff. Yeah, he the truth, bro. Whether you like him or not, man, he stand on principle, and he 10 toes down on everything you say. You gotta respect men like that. He don't go back on his word or his influence by the crowd. He do whatever he feels is right. Mazuma, do you think Rolly coached Bullet? Do you mess with Bullet? I don't know Bullet, so I'm not even gonna speak on him. I don't really know anything about him. I know Southpaw don't like him. But me personally, I don't know Bullet. I've never seen his coaching. But he can honestly say that he got a world champion under his belt, so that's a feature that a lot of coaches can't really say. It's really hard to get a world champion, man. You know what I mean? But I don't really see no fighters gravitating towards Bullet to coach them. I don't know if he got a stable. I really don't know nothing about the dude. So I can't even really speak on him. I know he was supposed to fight Calvin Ford like in a charity match or some shit, but I don't know what happened. I hate that people be basing fights on sparring. I heard that Benavidez is whooping on Bivol in sparring, but in an actual fight, Bivol beats Benavidez in my opinion. I think that's a tough fight for Bivol, though. I don't know, man. Benavidez is the truth, man. But Bivol is very capable of being Benavidez. He already got a few good names on his resume. The Canelo, that he beat Gilberto Ramirez. I think he beat John Pascal. He definitely he's beating some top dudes at 175. You know what I mean? So shout out to him. Shout out to him for sure. But Bivol is capable of being Benavidez, but I think Benavidez is better than anybody Bivol ever fought so far. UK fans all good, but they be popping positive left, right, center. It's not the fans that's testing positive, bro. It's the fighters. You know what I'm saying? That's not their fault. I think they just got some cleaning up to do at UK. I think they doping agency need to really step up their game and really start laying down the law. You know what I'm saying? cut down on that shit. There's a lot of people that's over there using banned substances that they need to, I mean, they need to punish them accordingly. Start hitting their pockets. I'm telling you, once they start tapping these motherfucking pockets, bro, a lot of shit gonna change, man. When you tap anybody's pockets, when you affect anybody's money, you gonna see change. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nobody beating Tank at 35. He cut different. I mean, yeah, bro. He definitely a top dog and he capable of beating a lot of dudes. But the thing is, we gotta see it happen so we can have that validation because, like I said, the same thing with Terrence Crawford. A lot of people thought Terrence Crawford was the truth, and they were right, but we didn't know until he fought Earl Spence. So I'm saying that Tank has fought some notable names. You know what I mean? The Leos, the Isaac Cruzes of the world. Apparently, he gonna rematch Isaac Cruz. Uh, but he doesn't have them elite guys on his resume yet. I think he's fully capable of beating them, but you got to put the stamp on it. We could think all we want. We could think all we want. We could guess all we want. But if we don't know it factually, then we won't truly ever know. For real, he from my city. I know him personally. Who you talking about? I don't know who you talking about. Regardless, shout out to whoever from your city though. Dillian White said he want to prove he innocent. Bro, ain't no going back on that shit, man. Ain't no going back on that shit, man. You've tested positive for PEDs multiple times. You know what I'm saying? And cheating is in your blood because like I said in one of my previous lives, um, uh, when he fought Anthony Joshua in the amateurs, they ended up banning him. The UK ended up banning him from the amateurs because he was lying about his fighting background. He was actually a kickboxer before he fought in boxing, and he lied about his record and shit like that, and just beat an inexperienced Anthony Joshua, which bit him in the ass when they fought in the pros anyway. But that just goes to show that he will really do anything to have the upper hand on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a grimy dude. If you look at how many champions he beat, is over Haney and Shakur. But we gotta look. But I mean, that shit sound good, bro. But you gotta really look at the resume. You know what I'm saying? Like Leo Santa Cruz, he moved up in weight. Before Abner Mares got his retina injury, he was moving up in weight. Like a lot of these guys that he fought were moving up in weight. They were naturally smaller guys. And even Jesus Cuellar was coming up in weight. Um, uh, like Mario Barrios had a regular version of the title. Then you gotta look at to see if they actually had legit titles. Yuriorkis Gamboa, he was a 126-pound dude, bro. 130-pound dude. You know what I mean? A lot of the champions that he fought weren't dumb though. That's what I'm saying. Like they weren't dumb. I understand that Shakur is moving up from 126, but Shakur is an elite type dude. Like none of them guys that I've mentioned were at the top of their game when Gervonta fought them. And this isn't no disrespect on Gervonta. He's taking the fights as they come. You know what I'm saying? But which one of them dudes that Gervonta Davis fought was a top pound-for-pound fighter at the time that they fought him? Yuriorkis was in his prime. He was a pound-for-pound fighter around the time he fought Terrence Crawford. But was he like that when Tank fought him? No. Leo Santa Cruz wasn't really ever. Leo Santa Cruz, I known him for ducking Guillermo Rigondeaux at 122 pounds. You know what I'm saying? That's what I know Leo Santa Cruz for. And then they fought at what, 130? Like, come on, bro. I don't know, man. It's like you got some champions on your resume, but you gotta think about you gotta have context to that situation. Did he fight them at their peak? Were they legitimate to the weight class they were fighting in? Like these things gotta be taken into consideration. Like I said, I'm not shitting on Tank. I think Tank is capable of beating the Haneys, the Shakurs. I got him rated real high on my pound for pound list, but we won't know how great he is till he steps up and fights these dudes, man. Isaac Cruz is not gonna legitimize how great you are. You know what I'm saying? Chris Colbert is not gonna legitimize how great you are until you beat the undisputed champion right now. And Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson, that's top dogs in your division right now. I can't really like I could guess all day. I can make educated guesses all day, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. Yeah, that's a fact, bro. That's the main problem. And I think once they make that more once they make it more difficult to you know what I mean, once they start really banning the substances left and right and just making it harder for these guys to cheat, we'll see some change. And then like if they get caught, tap their pockets, man. Take their fight purses. I bet you're gonna see a lot of shit change, bro. I'm talking about Tank from my city. Oh, are you from Baltimore? That's what's up. Dillian White is a cheater. Nigga looks funny too. Yeah, real shit. He definitely a cheater. He been cheating his whole career. Plus, Shakur Haney on the other side of the street. Bob Arum hate PBC fighters. He'll be strict on the fight. He don't necessarily hate PBC fighters. It's just that Bob Arum got a history of doing fights in the house. He likes to keep all the money inside. You know what I'm saying? So he don't really want to break bread with nobody. So it's just a smart business move on his part. Like, why would I break bread with these niggas when I could have two fighters from my own stable rumble each other and we could just keep all the bread inside? So he won't have to break bread with nobody. It's just a business move, man. That's what these dudes do. And that other side of the street bullshit, bro, that's cap, bro. That was something that was created when Terrence Crawford was coming up in the division and these guys didn't want to fight him. They all just wanted to fight each other and keep him on the outskirts. You know what I'm saying? We've seen PBC and Top Rank collaborate on multiple fights. We've seen Golden Boy and PBC come together on multiple fights. We've seen Golden Boy and Top Rank come together on multiple fights. Golden Boy and PBC, whatever, bro. We seen the zone. We seen Eddie Hearn go up against PBC fighters, bro. We seen this shit over and over again, bro. If it makes sense from a business standpoint, they will collaborate every single time. So that other side of the street bullshit, bro, that's not valid at all. He embarrassed AJ in front of his classmates who came to see him. All the baddies saw him lose to a cheat. Yeah, that's a bad John, bro. That's a bad John, but he got his get back a few years later. So, you know what I mean? Revenge. I know that revenge felt real good. Shakur. Hold on. I'm trying to keep up with these comments. Shakur beat a Japanese last fight, and y'all praise it. Who praising it, bro? Like, ain't nobody ever, like, big up the dude. I ain't never said, yo, like, Shakur beat this dude, and this dude did this, and that. Bro, it was his first fight at 135. We got to take this into consideration. This is his first fight at 135, and we got to understand that Shakur was calling out top guys at 135, and nobody wanted to look his direction. So it's like, what is he supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? It's similar to Jaron Ennis. Everybody discredit Jaron Ennis. Oh, he ain't fight nobody. He don't deserve this and that. Well, nobody's stepping up to want to fight him. Every time they talk about him, they talk about fighting him later down the line. So what the fuck he supposed to do? Sit on the shelf and wait for an opportunity? Shit don't happen like that, bro. You got to maintain your momentum and keep shit moving so you keep your name relevant so that when you get into these big fights, you in a great position. You know what I'm saying? If you sit on the shelf for a few years waiting for somebody to come to you, you become irrelevant, then they really not going to want to fight you. They're going to be like, oh, when's the last time he fought? He needs to build up his name more. So they building up their names, attempting to make themselves household names and just staying relevant so they could keep their checks coming in and be ready for them big fights when they called upon. So it's like, ain't nobody praising that, bro. Ain't nobody praising the guy he fought, but it's like, what is he supposed to do? Davis trainer views Pitbull Cruz as current leader candidate. I don't understand why, bro. I don't like that fight. Gervonta beat him with one hand. I don't understand why Isaac Cruz deserves a rematch. So honestly, if you had to bet on it, will you go against Tank, bro? I'm not making no bet on it. I think Tank will beat Haney, but I think it'll be a tougher stylistic matchup for him to go up against Shakur, and I think he understands that because he always puts respect on Shakur's name. And Shakur do the same shit. But in all honesty, I wouldn't bet against Tank in either one of them fights, but I wouldn't bet against Shakur neither. These are talented guys that just got to go up against each other, and I'm going to just sit there, be a fan, and watch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not emotionally invested in these dudes, bro. Like, whoever wins, I'll give them their respect, and I'll recognize them as the best guy in their division and the top pound-for-pound talent. Devin do not want to fight him. He don't even want to fight Shakur, bro. Bro, you entitled to your opinion, bro. Only Shakur know whether he want to fight them or not. You know what I'm saying? I know that at one particular time, Devin tried to force Tank to be his mandatory, but Mayweather Promotions and them shut the WBA down for that because Tank had the WBA regular, and obviously Devin Haney was the WBO full champion. And I know at one particular time, the WBA, if you had the regular title, will make you mandatory for the full champion. If something happened where Devin Haney and Bill Haney allegedly went out to the WBA and was trying to request Tank to be his mandatory, And Leonard Ellerbe went back to the WBA and said, "Oh, y'all don't dictate who we fight for all that. We'll just give the belt up. The belts don't mean shit to us." So the WBA stood down on that. This is shit that have happened. This is shit that you could research. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I can't say that Devin don't want to fight them guys. I think he do. I think that he showed you based on his actions that he's willing to take certain fights to be great. I disagree with that. I think that he do want to fight both of them guys, and I think Tank don't want to fight each other too. So we'll see in time, bro. Rolly got power. He hits the canvas real hard. Top Rank likes in-house fight, bro. A lot of these promotional companies like in-house fights. Think about it, bro. If you can make more money just keeping shit to yourself, wouldn't you do it rather than breaking bread with people you don't really fuck with like that? It's like it's a smart business move. You just keeping more money in your pockets. Dev gave Shakur an offer. If you daring to be great, you got to accept that 25%. Haney fought Kambosos, and Kambosos favors 78-22. That's facts, bro. I think that I think that's where Shakur fucked up at, in all honesty. I think that Shakur should have really even if he didn't feel like it was a legit offer, he should have really be like, yeah, I'll take it. So now what? And like put that pressure on Devin, because if Devin would have went back on it, then it would just made him look bad. But because Shakur was like, yo, send a real offer, bro. You know I'm not accepting that. It's like, damn, like you really turned that down. You know what I'm saying? So is it really the legacy that you want, or are you just more you more concerned about your pockets? You know what I mean? Because I heard Frank Martin say he'll take that 25%. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Yeah, you right, but the fans want it. Why they not making it happen? Bro, this shit is a constant theme in boxing. Mayweather, Pacquiao, they wanted that shit back in like 2010, and we didn't get it till like 2015. 2009, 2010, we was calling for it, and never happened. Earl Spence, as soon as Terrence Crawford beat Jeff Horn, they was asking for that Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. We didn't get that shit till like 5 years later. Like, these things happen all the time. They just in that they in that joint, like the longer we keep the fans hungry, the more they'll buy into it when the time is right. You know what I'm saying? They like to let shit marinate. And even though it's a fucked up thing, that's what them higher ups like to do. They like to make fans wait, keep them stalling, keep them hungry, keep them fiending for the fight. And when they feel like it's at its peak, they'll sell it to you. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they do, bro. It's not I honestly don't think it's the fighter's fault. I think it's the fighters that's behind them. The fighters gonna fight, bro. They gonna fight. And they are in control of their own career, but they pay motherfucking advisors to what? Advise them. They pay promoters to what? Promote them. Like lawyers to make sure that they're getting the best deal possible. And if the higher ups don't feel like they're getting the best deal possible, then they'll just advise their fighters not to do it. Like Earl Spence had to force this fight with Terrence Crawford. If it was up for the higher ups, that fight wouldn't have happened, bro. I think that PBC would have rather seen Keith Thurman fight Earl Spence. I think them higher ups didn't want Spence to fight Crawford because they felt like Crawford was asking for too much and it wasn't worth the payouts that Crawford was looking for. Davis versus Frank, that's a great fight, and they got a history. They sparred each other. I do think Shakur should have took that offer as well, in my opinion. He should have, just to keep the pressure. Even if you feel like it wasn't a real deal, like a real offer, I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. So now what's up? You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Dudes think you don't mess with Tank. Bro, I fuck with Tank heavy, bro. Like, I don't understand, bro. I've seen this man fight live. I'm a big fan of Tank, bro. I was rooting for him heavy when he went against Rolly. I'm a root for him a majority of the time, bro. Like, I really fuck with Tank. They just don't like the fact that I'm not willing to say he's the best at 135 yet. But it's like, bro, in boxing, it's show and prove, man. Like, I'm not going to say he the best if he didn't fight the other top guys in his division. Do I think he's the best? Yes, I think he's the best. But do I know he's the best? No, I don't know. So it's like, we need to stop jumping the gun and assuming that he's the best when he hasn't fought the top guys to be considered the best. I never called Terrence Crawford the best at 147 because he didn't fight the best guy in his division. I never called Earl Spence the top guy at 147 because he didn't fight the best in his division. I said that he had the most belts. He was the top dog, but was he the best? We didn't know until they fight each other. They fought each other. Bud did what he had to do, and he proved that he's the best fighter at 147. So now what? They got to fight each other to really solidify these statements. Like I said, I could guess, I could speculate all day, but speculation and guessing is not enough. We need to see it to believe it, bro. I think that a lot of people need to start adopting that philosophy more. See it to believe it, bro. Like, yeah, I could, you know what I mean? Like I said, I could guess, but I don't know. And I don't got a problem with saying I don't know about something. They gotta see it. I gotta see it to believe it. I'm rooting for Jamel because I'm from Texas. I hope he dominates Canelo. Me too, bro. Me too. I'm from Philly, but I'm rooting for Jamel heavy. Why won't Tank ever fight the best fighters? He ducked Loma for years. Tell him to fight Haney, Loma, Tank. He fights for the regular belts. Hey, man, those were all big fights. I think at that particular time, Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby had a game plan for Tank. I think they was trying to build him to be a top name in the game. They wanted to make him a pay-per-view star. So they put him in situations where it benefited him. You know what I'm saying? Where he could just constantly win and bring his name up and be popular amongst the people. I don't think they was too hell bent on fighting for Sil Lomachenko at that time because they understood that could put a stop to their journey that they was on. Isaac Cruz, William Cepeda. That's the name I keep forgetting to mention. And Lomachenko, all Duck Shakur. That's all facts. So, and those are top guys at 135. You know what I'm saying? William Cepeda, I think he beat up on Jojo Diaz. That's a Golden Boy fighter. Shakur was pursuing that fight heavy. They turned it down. They sent the offer out to his team. They turned it down. Isaac Cruz, he don't even want to look in Shakur away. He just obsessed with the Gervonta Davis fight. And it's because they probably whispered in his ear that he could get it. So that's all he focused on. Lomachenko, they talking about that he back in Ukraine, worried about the war or some shit, even though he done had a few fights since the war happened. It's a crazy situation. I still remember when Floyd told Haney and Shakur to leave Tank alone. Bro, I'm sure he did say that. I'm sure he did say that because they was in the process of building Tank into a pay-per-view star. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted to take the safest bets possible. He understands that Devin and Shakur are not the best bets possible for Tank to win. I think both of them guys will give him fits, even though he's real capable of beating both. Devin didn't even go to top rank to send a real offer. Bro, I don't know what the situation is. I'm not behind the scenes, but in all honesty, the fact is that man sent you an offer. Regardless of whether he went to top rank or not, he should have accepted that shit off the rip. I don't give a fuck who he went to, whatever. Motherfucker send me a deal and I really want those belts and I really want that fight. I don't give a fuck what they offering, especially if I'm on the B side, I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he should have did. And if you believe yourself, you won't care about the money. And Haney flew to Australia twice. Yeah, bro. Like, Devin Haney sacrificed a lot, bro. They wasn't even trying to let his dad in Australia. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew that he knew that no matter where it was, or how much they was offered, he knew that beating Kambosos would change his life for the better. You know what I'm saying? It would make him more of a draw. And now every time he comes to the table, he's like, yo, I'm the undisputed champion. Y'all got to come correct with the money. So what we doing? You know what I'm saying? So what we doing? And it brings him power to the negotiation table each time. But that sacrifice is what put him in that position. And I feel like more fighters need to just take them chances. I don't give a fuck what you offering, bro. If I know this could take me to the next level and make me the star that I've been dreaming to be, I'm gonna take it. Chances make, I've heard this before. Chances make champions. You know what I'm saying? Courage makes legends. That's one of my quotes. And Devin Haney put on a courageous act going out to Australia, going into unknown, unfamiliar territory and beating the man over there. Courage makes legend. That's a legendary accomplishment that Devin Haney achieved by becoming an undisputed champion in somebody else's backyard. You gotta respect that man for that. And he flew to Australia twice. Facts. I believe Calvin and Bullet was called off. Yeah, I heard that, but I don't know the particulars on that situation. I don't know why. Facts, Mazuma, you right. They sell it at the highest peak. Yeah, bro. They build it up. And once they feel like they can't get any more higher, they sell it. It's like an auction, nigga. It's like they be like, 1,000, 1,500. Who got 1,500? 1,500. And they'll keep selling that shit up until they feel like they can't sell it no more. And bang, let it go. That's what they do, bro. Salute to the UK. Facts. Nobody never said you don't like, bro. Y'all geeking on here. Oh, all right. No. But you're not the only. not strictly talking about you. There's people that have been on here that said I don't fuck with Tank. It's not you that we talking about, homie. Hood Rich. That's not who. There's been previous lives that people will say, "Oh, you just don't fuck with Tank. Oh, you just a Tank hater." And it's like, bro, that's not what it is, bro, at all. I fuck with. Trust me when I say, and I don't got no problem saying if I don't fuck with somebody, and I'll stand on it. I don't give a fuck. I fuck with Tank, bro. Trust me. J Cash, the money man. Yo, Coach Mazuma, what's good? Yo, what's good, homie? Your channel not monetized. I was about to send a dope. No, not yet, bro. That's the path that we currently pursuing. You know what I mean? I think I'm at 675, 74, 76, whatever subscribers. I need to get the 1K. So subscribe, share the videos, man. Like the videos to keep that algorithm going. And just subscribe to the channel, man. Like spread the news, you know what I mean? That could really put me in a position where you'll be able to send me a donation. I appreciate it though, man. Not yet though. I'm getting there. I gotta become eligible before I do so. Bud only wants undisputed fights, and he entitled to that. He the best fighter in the world. He the pound for pound #1 dude. So, and he understands that he's not the youngest man. He about to be 36 next month. So he gotta pursue the biggest fights, the most legendary fights possible. I don't feel like Terrence Crawford gonna look anybody way that don't present him with something that could add to his resume. I think that's why he don't want to fight Boots, because he like Boots don't offer anything. I want to fight Jermell, and now he talking about Canelo. I feel like Navarrete and Shakur will be the one to say, okay, Shakur ready now. I just don't think he even fought real comp yet. And I feel Navarrete will challenge him in my opinion. But Shakur beat the dude that Navarrete just beat. I find it funny that Navarrete is getting all this credit for beating Valdez when Shakur beat him first and took his belt and then took his O. So it's like, if we're gonna give Navarrete credit for beating Oscar Valdez, then we gotta keep that energy consistent for Shakur, because you saying that Navarrete will challenge him, and Navarrete is a fight that'll solidify him, but it's like Navarrete's biggest win is Oscar Valdez. You know what I mean? Shakur beat him previously, took his O, and took his WBC title, and came off the biggest win of his career against Miguel Burchelt prior to that. So we just gotta keep the energy consistent. That's all. Let me see. I definitely want Mel to win. He always been my favorite of the twins. Always more level-headed, not always wilding in the media and in public. I think both of them be wilding for real. But Jermell definitely has taken more chances. He's accomplished more. And I do think he's the overall better fighter. But I remember at one particular time, a lot of people were saying Jermall. So it's crazy how tables turn. Keith a goofy. He wake up every morning and check his phone if Bud vacated. Yeah, bro. He a mercenary, man. Just like Tim Bradley said, I don't fuck with Tim Bradley, but when he said Keith Thurman was a mercenary, that was like the perfect thing to call him, because he's strictly about the money. He don't want to take no chances. He want the biggest bag possible. So that's why he not fighting nobody. He's sitting on the shelf. Supposedly he was supposed to fight Ugas in August. Where the fuck is the announcement at? What happened? You know what I mean? It's nutty, bro. Tank ain't duck no Loma. Tank said he would fight Loma, and Loma also said he would come back down to 130 and never did. Well, I mean, neither one of them at 130 anymore. But in all honesty, I don't believe Tank duck Loma neither, but I do believe that Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe didn't want to put him in position to fight Loma. You know what I mean? They didn't believe in Tank to beat Loma. That's what I will say about that. I don't think it's Tank's fault at all. Even like Floyd was trying to like threaten Tank at one particular time to fight Loma. I remember he was like, yeah, why don't you just fight Loma then? Why don't you just fight Loma then? Like he was setting him up to lose or put him at a disadvantage or something like that. When Mayweather and Tank were going back and forth, Floyd was, you know what I'm saying, threatening him with the Lomachenko fight. So obviously they didn't believe in him to beat Loma at that time. From Delaware, love to you. Shout out to Southpaw too. Shout out to Delaware, man. That's down the block from Philly. So shout out to y'all. I'll be down Wilmington and all that. They all scary. Tank is the face of boxing. he definitely a top name. Man, ain't no real war out there in Ukraine, Black Rock and Russia doing the Birdman money hand rub over there. All they trying to do is obtain the fertile land for agricultural and food reasons. Yeah, I've heard that. I'm not too much into politics and what's going on in the world, but I did hear that from one of my guys who is in the world news and shit like that. And from and if that's the case, if there ain't no real war going out there in Ukraine, then why is the WBC? Because I believe you. Why is the WBC preventing Bivol from fighting Arthur Beterbiev for undisputed? They said that because they don't want the WBC isn't backing Bivol to fight for the WBC title. They're not gonna allow him to fight for the WBC title because Bivol is from Russia. As if he over there hurting them Ukrainian people. As if that has anything to do with him. You know what I'm saying? Like the clown shit, bro. I'm surprised nobody ever really came out and defended Bivol, or he didn't. They didn't face no criticism for it or nothing. They just let that shit happen. I honestly don't get why people want Tank to fight anyway when 140 is only 5 pounds away, and Tank nothing happened in between one. Yeah, I don't like that fight. I don't like that fight. I don't really feel like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really feel like that's a good fight. I think that NOA should focus on becoming undisputed at 122, and that's shit. Shit. Yo, the Cash App is cash sign Mark Mazuma, MarkMazuma, all together. I could add that to the banner in all honesty. But let me see. Let me see if I can edit this shit. Is there any way I can edit this? Shit, I don't even know. Let me see something. Hold on, let me write that shit out for y'all. If y'all want to support the channel, man, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? That's the Cash App right there, bro. If y'all want support, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Everything is going towards the channel to continue leveling up, bro. I just bought this little setup right here that I really like, but there's some other shit that I want to get as well. Definitely want to get some cameras and eventually want to get a laptop. You know what I'm saying? So I could start editing videos and have shit. I'm real good at editing. I just don't have the equipment. So that's what it is. Monetization soon. I appreciate that, Notes. It hit different when you beat the fuck out somebody. Shakur barely messed his face up for real. I mean, not everybody big punchers, bro. Not everybody big punchers, man. But he did drop Valdez. He outclassed him and embarrassed him for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody gonna be punching on shit like Tank. I'll tell you that. Tank's power is special. And not everybody blessed with that ability, but Shakur has been blessed with a skill set that a lot of people won't ever be able to achieve or develop. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to build Tank. That's exactly what they was doing. I'm sick. My app just crashed. I don't know what you're talking about. You talking about Cash App? Because it was updating. Okay. Well, it is what it is, bro. That's the John right there. You know what I'm saying? Whoever wants to support the Cash App is right there. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all. Let me see. Let me see. Where we at? Okay. Usyk took a 25% offer from Fury, and Fury hightailed away to fight an MMA fighter. Shakur would have taken the 25%. It could be similar or force a Devin fight. Shakur too slick for Navarrete. Yeah, I think that Shakur is just on a different skill set, different on a completely different level from Navarrete. Navarrete makes a lot of mistakes, and I feel like Shakur has a type of skill set where he will neutralize you of your best abilities and make you pay for each mistake that you make. So I think that'll be like a one-sided, clear-cut, unanimous decision where Navarrete will struggle to win a round. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be a boring fight. Mazuma, what you think of Carmel Moulton versus Lee Wood? What you think about that title shot at pro debut? I had answered this before. Mayweather could be serious. Maybe they're trying to break Wilfred Benitez's record of being the youngest world champion in boxing history. It may be something that they're looking at because Carmelo is 17, but in all honesty, it might also just be a tactic that Floyd Mayweather is using to get Carmelo Moulton's name out there. And it worked because now everybody mentioning Carmelo Moulton's name to a world champion. He has not one single professional fight. Doesn't even have a fight date from what I understand. So might have been a promotional tactic that Floyd used. He knows how to get the people riled up and get them talking. So it could either be that they're serious or he just using that to get his kid's name out there. I think Better Be should vacate the WBC and push for the Bivol fight. Yeah, yeah. I think that'd be dope. I don't think belts are needed for that kind of fight, but it does add some type of, you know what I'm saying? Definitely adds some glitter on it. You know what I'm saying? It definitely makes it more interesting to talk about. Tank only fighting Cruz because he's a cheaper option. He knows Haney and Shakur not taking 100K to 350K since Tank wants to keep playing A side. But if he generates so much money, they shouldn't have a problem offering him more. But I understand what you're saying. He probably is a cheaper option, and because he with PBC, it's gonna be easier to make. Like Earl Spence told Terrence Crawford, he was like, "Why would I fight you when I can make, you know what I'm saying? When I could, when it's easier to just get these other belts that's in my promotional stable." So I understand. You know what I mean? It's just the business, bro. That won't make sense for Better Be, but it's the best fight. It's the best fight. It's the best fight to make for Better Beef. In all honesty, it's a better fight than fucking what's his dude name? They're supposed to line him up with. Was it one of the Smiths or some shit like that? A fight that we don't give a fuck about. Edwin De Los Santos been trying to fight Shakur for months. Shakur act like he don't exist, so he can't say everybody ducking him. I think that he's alluded more to the top guys, like the top 5 guys, you know what I'm saying? But De Los Santos would be a solid fight for Shakur to take, but we'll see. Maybe he will. Maybe he will fight Santos. Maybe. I'm sure Shakur wouldn't have a problem fighting him at all. Santos definitely is a hard puncher. He got some skills and all that, but I don't think that he'll pose anything that Shakur hasn't seen before. I think Tank. I keep saying Tank. I think Shakur will be more than ready. I think he ducking Santos too. Good point. Hey man. Hey man. We'll see. Let's see who Shakur faces. There's not anything really official yet. I just think that Shakur disappointed that the big names aren't looking his way. So he's looking at De Los Santos like, do I really want to, like, what's the point of even fighting him when I can fight these other guys? I think he just hell bent on fighting the bigger names. That's all. I don't think he's ducking them. My autocorrect do not like me. Yo, that's real shit, especially when I be texting. It kind of reminds me when Tank and Floyd went to the UK for Leon Walsh. It shows that Floyd is willing to take challenges right away. But Leon Walsh wasn't no real work, bro. Shit. Who the fuck was Leon Walsh? Leon Walsh wasn't nobody. Shit, let me know who Leon Walsh beat. I can't wait I think you meant to say Kermel. I can't wait to see Kermel first pro fight. I think the kid is going to kill it once he turns pro. Get some fights under his belt. He definitely shitty sharp, though. I was watching that kid fight. Uh, he's extremely sharp. I see why Floyd real big on him. He sees a lot of his younger self in Kermel for sure. But it would definitely be dope to see because he's so young. You already know they're gonna take his time with him. I highly doubt they're gonna pursue a Lee Wood fight right away. And I don't even think Lee Wood will even look in that direction because from what I understand, I think he's supposed to fight Josh Warrington or some shit. So I don't think he really concerned about that fight. If they wasn't besties, LOL, I would love to see Stevenson versus Keyshawn Davis. Yo, that's something that I was thinking about too. Like Shakur was cool with Jamel Herring. He fought Jamel Herring. He was in-laws with Joet Gonzalez, fought Joet. So it's like I want to see exactly what your limits are because you saying that everybody in division in your way and shit like that. But it's like you say Keyshawn your brother. So is he out of if he becomes world champion? If let's say hypothetically speaking, Keyshawn ends up fighting at 135 and gets a belt, and Shakur is still at 135. Are you not going to pursue that belt? I thought all the belts is what you want. So would you know what I'm saying? If he's in your way, would you fight him? That's interesting because I feel like a lot of these guys are selective with the smoke they give out. So I would love to know whether he'll fight Keyshawn or not. They could play it like the Klitschko brothers. Like, I got my belts over here, you got your belts over there, and then we could just take out the division together on some teammate shit. I don't know. Santos is no slouch. I stand on that. He definitely ain't. I was watching him fight. He can rumble, bro. He can definitely rumble. I seen when he did the Rio. He ain't no joke, bro. Gilberto Ramirez, Joe Smith. Yeah. Hold on. No, I'm saying that Floyd is willing to go to people with turf a fight. He's willing to do that to make his fighters better. Yeah, yeah. That's good that Tank got that under his belt though. Like he went overseas to unfamiliar territory and you know what I'm saying, got that working and beat somebody on their home, you know what I'm saying, their home ground. So that's a great experience to have. I always suggest with my amateur guys, I always um love the idea of going to other people's hometown and beating them, or going to their gym and beating them, going to their territory and beating them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let's say if they were to turn pro at a certain particular time, it's like mentally they've been there before. So it won't be something new to them. They won't be, you know, all wide eyed. Like they'll be more than ready from a mental standpoint. So I like the idea of that. If Tank was about 3 inches tall, in my opinion, he best all his rivals easy. He has to depend on his skill set more. Yeah, especially when you at the higher up, when you had them elite top tier fights, power is not gonna be the only thing to do it for you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna bail you out all the time. But in all honesty, I think Tank is well rounded. I think he's very skilled. I think his skills are extremely underrated. Um, and I think he's very capable. He could beat them guys at the top level. We just got to see it. I know they're supposed to be giving Tim Tszyu the belt, but he's not going to hold it long. When Crawford moves up, Crawford is beating him, and Jermell will beat him, in my opinion. Yeah, Tim Tszyu is not really impressive, man. Like he'll beat these lower tier opposition, like fucking Carlos Ocampo and Tony Harrison, who's washed up, and Clay. Now Tony Harrison talking about he moving up to 160. He said he been at 54 too long. So I guess based off that, he could say that he was a drained fighter against Tim Tszyu. But yeah, Tim Tszyu is not really impressive, man. I think that Jermell would stop Tim Tszyu, and I think that Terrence Crawford would stop Tim Tszyu as well. I think Erison Lubin would give Tim Tszyu problems, for real, for real. In my opinion, I think Keyshawn and Shakur are going to fall out and fight. I don't know why, bro. Oh, shit, fuck it. Fuck it. Yo, this boxing, bro. I'm with that. Fuck all that friend shit. If y'all in the same division and y'all not related, y'all not blood or anything like that, then get that shit on, bro. Pause. Bring some of your amateurs down here to Upton and get some work. I could set it up. Let me know. I would love that. I would love that. Yeah, we travel for work too. I would love that. If you get me in touch with the right people, we could definitely set it up. I got some 65 pounders. I got I got two 147s. I have a 125. I got a 132. You know what I'm saying? I got an open class 132, and the rest are novice and sub-novice. So I got some green guys that I'm building from the ground up. But I would love to do that. I would love to go to Upton Gym and see how they get down over there. Yeah. He beat the dog shit out of Leon Walsh. That was a bad John, bro. That shit looked like watching a lion jumping out of a cage and feeding on a motherfucking gazelle. Like, that was a bad John, bro. Tim trash. I agree. I think Bush should get his feet wet at 54, but he could do what he want. If he want that Charlo fight right away, he can. Yeah, I agree. If he'll jump right into the Charlo fight, I won't be mad. But if he get his feet wet and stomp on Tim Tszyu while waiting for Jamel, then fuck it. Go ahead and do it. Because like I said, he got all the belts, but the first belt that he had was the WBO. Being that they're going to get that belt to Tim Tszyu, I think if Crawford really press it, he could become the mandatory for the WBO. Force Tim Tszyu to fight him. He could go fight Tim Tszyu in Australia, but maybe he'll claim to be the A side. I don't fucking know. And beat the dog shit out of Tim Tszyu. I think that he'll stop Tim Tszyu for sure. He has been dropped by a jab. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I wanted Charlo to watch Tim. I don't think the fight will ever happen now. Charlo is more into cashing out now. I don't blame him. Bro, you got to understand, when you get opportunities like that, bro, that shit don't wait for you. Because Canelo the type dude, he'll offer you something. If you turn it down, he won't give a fuck to walk away. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to sit there and chase you. He feel like he the man. He going to put an offer out there. You say no, he move on and find something else. So Jermell was granted that opportunity. and he currently had Tim Tszyu in front of him, I would have said fuck Tim Tszyu too. Shit, for that pay, and especially if I know in my heart I'm very capable of beating dude and leveling up something severely after that. Shit, why not? I would have definitely pushed Tim Tszyu to the side of like, yo, let me focus on this, John, because this is a better opportunity. Tim Tszyu hasn't proved shit. The only thing that he got on his side is that he did WBO mandatory. Besides that, he's not proven, bro. He's not proven. It's like, bro, Jeff Horn, Carlos Ocampo, Tony Harrison. Like, really, bro? What the fuck is the other dude name? He lost to Arizona Lara too. Terrell Goucher? You got dropped by Terrell Goucher, bro? Like, really? And somehow you lined up to fight for all the belts. It's crazy to me, bro. I'm going to hit your IG with a number to one of the coaches. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to definitely do that for sure. Let's get this shit popping. That's one of the reasons I would love to see Boots jump to 154, get Tszyu's belts, and force something with Bud, Mel, or EJ. I mean, that's possible, but in all honesty, I feel like, and I've been saying, bro, you could look at one of my old interviews I did with YSM Sports Media. I got interviews all over the place. If you put Mark Rosa boxing, a lot of my shit gonna come up with YSM, and I've been on a few different podcasts and shit like that. I did some sit-downs and all that shit. I said that Bud and Crawford are gonna fight each other, right? And whoever wins is gonna vacate and move up to 154. I called this shit like 2 years ago. I called it. I'm gonna end up putting it on my channel. And Boots is gonna have to fight for a vacant title. That's what it is. And them belts gonna be spread out. And I think Boots should just stay at 47 and try to pursue that undisputed rule at 147. Because there's still gonna be some guys there for him to fight. You already know Thurman gonna look for a belt. You already know Ugi's gonna look for a belt. They still got the dude that Romain Villa beat, Sheedy Ellis. They still got Cody Crawley on the come up. There's a few guys, man. There's a few guys that Boots could fight, even though they're not Bud or EJ. They still some good fights, and he could establish himself at 147. So he moves up to 154. He'll have more accolades. He'll be a bigger name, and he'll be more enticing to fight from a financial standpoint. Mazuma, I seen Bud like one of your posts on IG. I ain't know. Yeah, bro, it was a weird situation. Like a few years back, Terrence Crawford liked one of my pictures. He liked like 3 of my pictures, but he didn't follow me or nothing like that. I don't have a relationship with Bud. I don't know who he is, but maybe he saw one of my interviews or something and liked one of my pictures, bro. I don't know. A while back, he did like a few of my Johns. I screenshotted it and all. But nah, I don't know. I don't know. He not one of my homies. I don't know him. I never met him. I would love to meet him though, for sure. But yeah. I completely forgot about all of that. It's just crazy that Crawford would wait at 47 for Tank, but not for Boots. It's crazy. It's really like that in Philly. He had a bad rep when he started because of knockouts. Yeah, but I think even Bud mentioned it in the interview that he will only stay for that fight because it's a big money fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's where Bud is at. He's letting you know in his interview. If you want to know what a motherfucker really think and what his intentions are, just let them talk, bro. Just let them talk, and they're going to let you know everything that they feeling and where they coming from. Bud is looking for big money fights. And if it's not a big money fight, it got to be a legacy-defining fight. But usually legacy-defining fights come with a bag. You know what I mean? So the big fights, they say that it's funny because a lot of these guys be like, this like they'll be asked about a big fight against a big name opponent. They're like, oh, well, that fight don't really make sense right now. But then they'll fight somebody who that'll give them a smaller payday in comparison to them fighting that name that they're asking about. Who, like, let's say Leonard Ellaby, right? They'll ask them about Tank and Devin fighting. They're like, oh, well, Devin Haney's not a draw. But then Tank will go and fight fucking that dude that beat Chris Colbert, Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia is not going to give Tank the bag that Devin Haney will. You know what I'm saying? So that shit don't be adding up to me. It's like, if Devin Haney's not a draw, Hector Garcia is. Isaac Cruz is. this is not Tank's fault. This is his people's fault for, you know what I'm saying, trying to push this narrative as if Devin Haney's not a star, but then they fight guys who are on a lower tier and less known than Devin Haney. That shit don't make sense to me. Boots still got business at 47. There's still good names out there. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he shouldn't base his career off chasing these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you making the weight well, you know what I'm saying? Dominate that division, bro. Dominate that division. Get what you got to get. And if they still there at 54, cool. If not, if they retired by then fuck it. Just start establishing your own name. Don't try to, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to coattail off of somebody else's name to create yours, bro. Create your own name. Create your own lane. Let them come up with the mythical matchups. Just keep doing you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't do what these guys be doing and attaching their name to other people. And then when they retire, they just gonna be known for being in that guy's shadow. You know what I'm saying? Just do your own thing. If them fights are presented and they offer to you when you a bigger name, then fuck it. Then we'll see it. But Boots is young. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta chase them guys. Them guys is in their mid. They in their early to mid 30s, about to be late 30s for Bud. So it's like, come on, man. Just they obviously don't feel the need to fight you. They more worried about guys in their era. So just do you. That's what I would advise Boots to do, bro. Just do you. Cody Carley trash. Yeah. But bro, I mean, he a name though. He coming up. All I'm saying is he coming up. I ain't saying that he got a chance against Boots, none of that. And there's Blair Cobbs too. You can throw Blair Cobbs in the mix, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too big on Cody Carley neither, but he's been winning, so it is what it is. There are good names at 47 for Boots, but none of them, other than Stanionis, seem willing to do it. That's true. So in that case, he's just gonna have to fight Stanionis and become a bigger name off that, and hopefully they'll find him as a higher reward and take the fight. You know what I'm saying? Or they could force him. They could force these guys to fight him. They could be forced, man. You put them they back against the wall and they don't got nowhere else to go, they're gonna have to fight Boots. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one fighting today. Yafi, Eddie Hearn fighter, but that UFC fight on, that's what people gonna watch. You watch? Nah, I don't really get into the UFC like that, bro. I don't really watch UFC. And I'm not really too big on Eddie Hearn fights neither, unless, you know what I'm saying, it's a quality name. Yeah, boxing pretty much dead in the water today. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think I'll be watching boxing today. Yeah, if Crawford moves up and vacates, Ennis is getting all the belts. In my opinion, he beats Virgil, Ugas, Thurman, and Stanionis. Well, Virgil pretty much cut out of the equation because he been overtraining so much trying to get to 47 that his health is deteriorating on him. So he gonna have to move up to 54. So I think he out of the equation regardless. So Ugas, Thurman, and Stanionis. I think he beats all them guys too. I think he stops Ugas. I think Thurman will give him some fits with the movement, athleticism, and stuff like that. But I think that he'll beat Thurman. And I think Stanionis is tailor-made for him. I think that he'll beat up Stanionis badly. And probably won't get hit at all. I thought Blair Cobbs was a parody. Nah, that dude, I know Blair Cobbs. I tell you this though. I met Blair Cobbs when I was like 17, 18 at Delco Boxing Academy. It's a gym out in the Delaware, like a little, probably like 10 minutes away from Philadelphia International Airport, right? Out in Glen Olden, PA. Probably like a half-hour drive from where I was living out in North Philly. And Blair Cobbs, Blair Cobbs used to train there. And he was sharp, man. He was definitely crazy. He used to drink like water out of like this glass, like vodka bottle. He used to drink water out of it. Bro, his warm-ups would be like an hour and a half, bro. And he was a hell of a fighter though, bro. He was a hell of a fighter. He used to look great in sparring. He definitely got some crazy shit going on with him, but he definitely not no parody. He's a solid fighter. Can he beat Boots? I'm not gonna go that far. I highly doubt that, but you know what I'm saying? He can fight. Definitely ain't no parody. Especially how he beat up on Maurice Block. I'm saying Maurice Blocker. Whatever the fuck his name is, Maurice something. Maurice Blocker is the boy Tito Trinidad beat for the IBF title. Maurice something. Shit. I be forgetting these dudes' names, man. Southpaw exposed Virgil old tweets. He was tweeting some. He be eating pizza, donuts, all junk food. He definitely. Yeah, bro. Especially when you that young, you very capable of eating yourself out of weight class, bro. These things happen. These things happen. You gotta be more responsible and live that life outside the ring. If not, it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. I still remember that Virgil Ortiz interview. We're gonna meet, but it's gonna be all the way up there. When the hell does that? Well, it's obvious what it means, bro. You already know, Ralph. You already know what that means. He don't feel like he's in the best position possible to beat Jaron Ennis right now. Because when you hear Jaron Ennis talk about it, he's like, yeah, we could definitely make that fight happen. We can make that shit happen right now. He don't give a fuck about that later down the line shit because he know he could beat Virgil right now. And when you secure and beating somebody, you don't gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? I heard Devin Haney say, he's like, these dudes keep talking about wanting to fight later down the line. We could fight right now. And that's what Jaron Ennis is on, and Virgil Ortiz feels like he's not in the best opportunity possible. He's not in the best position possible to beat Jaron, so he's gonna wait it out and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's all what that mean. But yeah, so to go back to the topics, I finally caught up with these fucking comments. God damn. But so Boots Wash, Romain Villa, I'm still shocked by that performance. A lot of people tend to forget about it. Well, I expected that performance was going to happen because, in all honesty, bro, Romain Villa is tailor-made for somebody like Jaron Ennis. Anybody who's flat-footed, brawler, you know what I'm saying, lack of defense, aggressive, come forward dude with no type of, like, skill set outside of that, Boots is going to do that to everybody who takes that approach. You know what I'm saying? If you would come forward aggressive, take two to give one type of fighter, you're not going to beat Jaron Ennis. You're not. You're not going to beat him. Yeah, them comments was flying, bro. That shit was kind of crazy. But let's talk about Alycia Baumgardner real quick. I know we already had spoken on her. A lot of people don't give a fuck that she tested positive because a lot of motherfuckers fuck with her and shit like that. But what I want to talk about is what fuck is this dude? Damn, I be forgetting everybody's fucking name, bro. The UK Frank Warren. Frank Warren came out with a he had like a little interview, whatever, and they had asked him about the Alycia Baumgardner tested positive type shit. You know what I'm saying? They had asked him about it. He was like, man, and you could tell he was. If you read between the lines, you see what he was trying to insinuate. But he was saying, damn, like it's crazy that she tested positive for a banned substance when it was reported that she was about to leave Eddie Hearn and sign with Jake Paul. Now, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely insinuating that maybe Matchroom undermined Alycia Baumgardner. They knew she was leaving, so they didn't want her to leave without, you know what I'm saying, leaving a stain on her jacket type shit. You know what I'm saying? But also, it makes sense why Alycia Baumgardner may have been contemplating the idea of going with Jake Paul because, for the most part, Jake Paul is building up a pretty solid stable of guys. I may not like Jake Paul as a boxer, but I do love what he's doing for fighters with the privilege that he has. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get into too much to the privilege, but I like that. I like what he's doing. He got that kid Jawad Warner or some shit like that. That actor dude from Euphoria. He got him signed. He got Shadisha Green. He got that kid Sky or whatever his name is. The 19-year-old kid, talented as hell, and then he got Amanda Serrano, which is the best fighter in his stable as of right now. And Alycia Baumgardner she was looking to pursue that fight with Amanda Serrano. So maybe she was looking to sign with Jake Paul in hopes of getting that Amanda Serrano fight. You know what I'm saying? So Frank Warren was basically saying that maybe Alycia had gotten set up by Matchroom to test positive for that banned substance. So that if she did leave, you know what I'm saying, she was gonna leave with a stain on her jacket. You know what I'm saying? I think he was trying to insinuate that Matchroom undermined Alycia Baumgardner. Alycia Baumgardner has not came out and said anything about it. I think Jessica McCaskill also insinuated something about them undermining Alycia Baumgardner. So there's definitely some speculation out there, and there's a little bit of some conspiracy theories out there about it. And with how dirty boxing is, bro, I really wouldn't be surprised. But the fact remains that Alycia Baumgardner has tested positive for a banned substance. A lot of people think she's innocent. A lot of people think she's guilty. I wish I knew how to add a picture on here. I don't know if I'm capable of doing so, but I found a real interesting picture. I found a real interesting picture of Alycia Baumgardner. I wanted you guys to check it out. Ashton, yeah. Ashton Silva, the 19-year-old. Yeah, bro, he could fight his ass off. I watched him fight. That my first time seeing him fight. And one of my coworkers from out at the bank, he was telling me about the kid because he lived down in LA, and he knew like people that was a part of his team. He told me to go check him out. So I checked him out, and he didn't disappoint, bro. That motherfucker could fight. Hey, this dude, bro. Hey, yo, Mazuma, I haven't slept correctly since the Alycia story you told her. Hey, man, it is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're not sleeping well, my brother. Hopefully, I could change shit up next time I see her. You know what I mean? And get some type of redemption for you. I still think she's innocent. You probably think we not cooking her right now because of her looks, but I think she's innocent. A lot of people think she's innocent, bro. A lot of people think she's innocent. And the fact that she's standing up to like the trolls in the comments and shit like that, and you know what I mean? Making it clear that she's not going and hiding nowhere. You know what I mean? It says a lot. She's standing her ground. Let me see. Am I cable? Let me see something. I think it won't allow me to do it unless I upgrade. Let me see something. It would only let me select videos. Trying to see what's up. Yeah, it won't let me. I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, y'all wild with this one. Y'all trying to set me up with this question right here. This dude, real talk, funny. Yeah, bro. He low key a troll, but I fuck with him. Do you think Clarissa cute too, Mazuma? She not my type. You know what I'm saying? I think since she fixed her teeth, she do look better. But I love black women, by the way. I love black women. I've been attached to black women since I was a kid. I always had crushes on black women. Black women are beautiful, but Clarissa Shields, she definitely not my type. She got a nice little ass on her though. I ain't gonna lie to you. She fixed her teeth. She do look better, but I just think like personality wise, I think she a little bit too masculine for me. I really don't like how the way she dressed neither. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disrespecting the woman. She a great fighter. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say she ugly. She just not for me. Cause you could find somebody. You could find somebody not attractive, and it doesn't necessarily mean they ugly. She just not for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure I'm not for her. So it is what it is. Fuck, man. Damn, I wish I knew how to fucking put a picture up on this bitch. I think my shit need to be upgraded to do it though. My bad, family. What's the cash app again? Oh, it's hold on, do I got it? It's right here, fam. So anybody that want to support the channel, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to send the cash app, bro, cop the merch, you know what I'm saying? Or just show love to the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? I think one of Eddie Hearn's fighters that's like known out in the UK. I don't really know that dude's name. I seen that. I think they probably fighting right now. I don't know. But yeah, I don't watch the UFC or anything. I don't really watch the UFC. I'm a very casual like UFC fan. I like to watch John Jones and shit like that. I heard he fighting Stipe, so I'm gonna definitely check that out. I'll watch like Israel Adesanya or Volkanovski, just like the big names. You know what I mean? But I'm not too. I'll even check in on Dustin Poirier or Conor McGregor if they were to rumble. But like for the most part, you're not really gonna watch me watch. You're not gonna really see me watching UFC. Shout out to Joshua Hawkins, man. Shout out to J Cash, the money man, for the $10 donation. I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. That's the first donation I ever got on this channel, so I'll always remember that. Thank you. Earl Flatfooted is easy for Ennis, in my opinion. He definitely flat-footed, come forward, you know what I'm saying? And he likes to catch a lot of shots in the high guard. And being that Jerron Ennis got fast hands and explosive and is extremely accurate, he might bust up Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? I think from a stylistic standpoint, I think that Boots would have a lot of offensive opportunities to get off on Earl. I've been seeing your merch, not only boxing, but I see it like a mainstream thing where everyone in tune. I'm definitely gonna cop soon. Yeah, bro. Like I got people, cause it's really boxing merch, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm in boxing. I got boxing merch, but a lot of people find it cool from a fashionable level too. Like uh, there's people who never been in boxing that still buy the merch. I be having my family members, all types of shit. So it's dope to see. I'm a UFC casual too. I really only pay attention to the top fighters. Yeah, yeah, bro. I'm not. I can't really break down the UFC to you like that. I've trained MMA fighters in the past. One of them, I even had a couple sessions with Jeremiah Wells, who's a UFC fighter right now. He signed with the UFC, but I can't really break shit down to you. I mean, I can't talk to you about judo, jujitsu, none of that shit. I can speak on this. I can speak from the boxing perspective of it, but not too much overall in UFC. I can't really give you nothing knowledgeable. Much love, brother. I grew up in Cleveland, and all my family is from the South and East Coast, so I always support brothers doing their thing from them places. Yo, I appreciate that, homie. You always be remembered for that, bro. My first donation. I appreciate that a lot, man. Equip FC, I'm gonna donate when I start working, man. Nah, bro. I mean, as long as y'all here participating, man, y'all keeping the live flowing, I'm grateful for that. I'm not that type dude who gonna be like, yeah, man, like y'all donate. If that's something y'all want to do, cool. If not, you know what I'm saying? As long as y'all in here showing love and, you know what I'm saying, helping the channel grow, I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm never really gonna press nobody about giving me no type of money. Hold up. I don't know about Alycia testing positive. She could be guilty, but the fact that she's provided evidence and shit makes me believe she could be telling the truth about an agenda against her. They might possibly be an agenda against her, bro. I think that's what Frank Warren was trying to get at. But I feel like the only proof she really posted was her flexing as like a little kid, and you could tell she had like an athletic body and shit like that. But there was a picture I wanted to show you guys of two previous weigh-ins, and I wanted y'all to see the difference in like her physique. You know what I'm saying? Alycia Baumgardner has always had an athletic, strong build, but there was a significant difference between the one weigh-in I saw and the after picture of a later weigh-in I saw, and they look drastically different. I wanted to see y'all guys' opinion on it, but I can't pull up the fucking picture, and I cannot post it on here. Yeah, man. If you want a race war with Latinos, just ask. We'll be more than happy to help out. Well, I'm Hispanic, so I'm not with all that, my brother. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm black and Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not into all that. Right, I can speak from the boxing and wrestling. Wrestling is really big in the Midwest. Yeah, bro, I wrestled growing up. I actually won the Inter-County Wrestling League championship when I was a kid. Perspective when watching the UFC, but that's really it. I'm not really knowledgeable in forms of MMA, and that's all right, bro. You know what I mean? You know boxing, though, so it is what it is. Yeah, I've seen that on Twitter. Oh, of course, when it's a black caught for drugs, there's always a way out. But when it's any other race, it's automatically PED. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I don't know what you talking about. What black fighters have gotten caught with drugs and each one that I've seen get test positive for drugs, they got punished for it. Like Gerald Miller, he got punished for it. He lost the biggest fight of his career. Dillian White, he lost probably one of the biggest paydays in his last fight. They get penalized for it, bro. So if anything, when you look at guys like Canelo, they did a 6-month suspension and they let him go to do whatever the fuck he wanted. And he only fight like twice a year anyway, so a 6-month ban really ain't shit. So I don't understand what you're talking about, bro. Who's more talented, Bud or Floyd? I love the work. I have to donate, man. Yo, I appreciate that, homie. Thank you. Who's more talented? Damn. I'm gonna go with Floyd because I felt like when he was younger, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, I felt like he was faster. I think he had faster feet than Bud, faster hands, more explosive in my opinion. He put his combinations together a lot better. And I just felt like his twitch muscles, his reflexes was just on a different level. If we talking about like the older welterweight Floyd, that has like in that point in time, maybe Bud was equal to him or probably slightly above. But the young Pretty Boy Floyd that was at 130, 135, I feel like he's one of the most talented fighters of all time, besides like Roy Jones and shit. I just think that Floyd's speed and athleticism and his fucking foot speed was just different, man. I wish I knew how southpaw be known. What you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. You Dukes and Pop Side Black. Just interested. And well, my dad's family is from Puerto Rico, but we roll in tune with our African roots. So, my ancestry originated in Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? We got family from the Bantu tribe, all throughout South Africa. You know what I'm saying? And we roll in tune. We got family out in Africa. Um, if y'all guys didn't know, slaves were sent over to Puerto Rico when Puerto Rico was well known for like its sugar cane and shit like that. So they imported slaves from Africa into Puerto Rico along with Taino Indians and shit like that. And after, you know what I'm saying, after the whole slavery thing happened, a lot of those Africans stood in Puerto Rico and they developed a culture over there. And that's why if you go to the south side of Puerto Rico, there's a lot of people down there that are black that speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? That's where my family originated from. So, like I said, I'm real in tune with my African roots. They call us Afro Latinos. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit on the lighter side because my mom is of like my mom's family. Um, with Spaniards on the Puerto Rico side, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, real in tune with my African roots for sure. And pro-black. Yeah, Mazuma, I've been seeing you just watch UFC as a casual fan standpoint. I seen your OIG live reacting Conor McGregor long ago. This fight with some homies, it was funny. Yeah, bro, that shit was lit. That was actually at my homie crib who like a hardcore UFC fan. He invited me over, so I just slid through with a couple of my fighters, and we had a good time. To be honest, Alycia has had that body type appear since she was a child, so PED seemed fishy, especially since they said she had 3 clean tests. Then they backtracked and said her very first test was negative. Well, from what I understand, the from what I've read, the one that came out dirty was 3 days before her fight, and then the ones that came out after the fight was clean. So what really could have happened was maybe that she thought that she had cycled out of the PEDs at the proper time and didn't. There's a lot of shit that could have happened, bro. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? The truth will come out eventually, but in all honesty, maybe maybe she cycled off too late, or maybe she thought that she had gotten off of it in time. Like, who fucking knows? But in all honesty, it is definitely a fishy situation. I don't get niggas who come on here and just be chatting. Yeah, bro, I don't get that shit either. Yeah, I knew what you were saying the first time, bro. So that was fishy for sure. What are you talking about? Canelo got caught with clenbuterol, and now they allow if Mexicans test positive for clenbuterol, there's no penalty. Exactly. Now they raised the like the level of clenbuterol you could have in your system because of him. Sweet Pea of Floyd. Are you talking about from a? I mean, overall, I think that Floyd was a little bit better than Sweet Pea, but like from a defensive standpoint, I think Sweet Pea was just different, bro. Like Floyd is one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time. Don't get it wrong, but Sweet Pea's defense was just like I don't know, bro. That shit was just like otherworldly. I was talking about how to put images in the stream, or I wish I knew. Yeah, I think that I don't have like the upgraded package on StreamYard, so they don't allow that feature for me. I see like Southpaw be doing it and shit like that. Um, but I'm not sure. I see that I could put videos. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it won't allow me to do nothing. So it is what it is. I ain't tripping. I'll figure it out eventually. Um, Appreciate that putting the cash app up. Shout out to Rhonda or Rel. You know what I mean? This nigga, this nigga real talk do his homework. What is that dude in the comments talking about? Canelo tested positive for clenbuterol. Since he tested positive, they allow Mexican fighters that have trace amounts of clenbuterol in their system. All facts, Ralph. All facts. That's the cash app right there, my brother. Appreciate all donations that's coming in. That's what's up, bro. I'm black, but after doing a lot of talking on both sides of the family, they said they were Afro, indigenous Americans. Apparently, my first, second, and third great grandparents on both sides were. Yeah, man, it's dope, bro. It's so dope to do your research and find out exactly where your family came from. You know what I mean? Because of the moves they made, you know what I mean, you were created. You know what I mean? So I actually had found out that one of my great grandfathers on my dad's side was from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, during like the whole thing where uh people were going to Puerto Rico for sugarcane and shit like that, he had taken a boat ride over there. And he had taken a boat ride over there, went over there for work, created a family in Puerto Rico, and ended up riding back down to Mexico, and he ended up passing away in Mexico. And when I look through like my ancestry.com and shit like that, I have a lot of family out in Mexico, the west side in California and shit like that. I got a lot of Mexican relatives, which is extremely dope. And out in Africa as well, you can see like them little dots is all around Africa. So I'm a little bit of everything, bro. It's super dope. What's the next great fight in boxing that needs to be made other than Joshua and Wilder? Um, Jermell Jermell and Terrence Crawford. I think that's the next big one. Bivol, well, Usyk and Fury. Usyk and Fury's a real big fight. In all honesty, that I would love to see. Bivol and Better Beef. Benavidez and Canelo. Let's see who. Man, if Jamal was in a better mental space, and him and Demetrius Andre would have been a banger, bro. 54. Yeah, Jamel and Terrence. I would love to see Jerron Ennis and Keith Thurman. Subriel Matias versus Regis Prograis. Obviously, Devin Haney, Shakur, and Tank all fighting each other. Those are all amazing fights, bro. All amazing fights. I would love to see Benavidez and Canelo the most, though. I would love to see that shit. Well, which fighters you think don't have that dog? I think Ryan don't have. Well, when he got up against Luke Campbell, he showed it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people would have folded in that situation, especially if they never been knocked down before. Shout out to Rhonda for the Cash App donation, man. I'm extremely appreciative. Thank you so much. Crazy, my second donation right there. That's insane. Um, Never thought I would ever get donations. That's crazy to me. I'm real appreciative. Thank you. Which fighters? Chris Colbert. I don't think Chris Colbert got dog in him at all. I think that he showed a lot of turkey in him when he fought Hector Garcia, even the Rayo Venezuela fight. Um, I don't know how. I think that he got a lot of turkey in him. Who else? Um, I don't know, man. A lot of these guys tough, man. Um, but I think Ryan showed a little bit of dog in that Luke Campbell fight, though, for sure. He did quit against Gervonta, though, so I see what you're talking about. But we'll see. I loved how Tank showed that dog against Pedraza. If I'm having a bad day, I watch that fight, especially when he went on the ropes. So cool. Yeah, bro. That was a hell of a performance. Crazy. I got a cousin that's half black, half Mexican. Lineage and family is definitely crazy. Yeah, bro. And then when you really break shit down, you a little bit of everything, bro. You really a little bit of everything. So it's dope to see. But yeah, I'm real in tune with my Africans out there. Shout out to them. Shout out to Dr. Umar and all them. I love my people. Tank versus Shakur, great fight. It's definitely one of the biggest fights to be made in boxing. I think Fury's dodging smoke with Usyk, or else he'd be thrown with him instead of a pointless match that's going to still between him and an MMA fighter with no boxing skill. Yeah, bro. Like, if you ever even watch Francis Ngannou throw hands, bro, it's like he really don't got no technique at all. He just strong as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen this man throw windmill punches and catch a guy clean, but the thing is, once he catch you clean, bro, it's like you going to sleep. So, Ngannou definitely strong as fuck. Can't really box at all. I think that Fury won't get touched with any of that goofy shit that Ngannou going to throw. I think that shit is going to be a shellacking, in all honesty. But maybe Fury, man, I defeated the most dangerous fighter in the heavyweight division, so now I'm going to just worry about me and just get this bread together. He contemplates retirement on and off, so who knows what his intentions are, bro? Who knows? I knew Ryan didn't have any dog in him even before the Tank fight. I knew when him and Tank fought that Tank would catch him with a good shot and Ryan would be timid the rest of the fight. Yeah. I knew, bro, like, anybody who thought Ryan really had a chance against Tank was, like, delusional in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that was going to happen. I didn't think he was going to quit that early. I thought at least he would have got it from the body shot, but I think he knew that was the beginning of the end, so he just bowed out respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Tank versus Shakur, most def and 50-50 with Umar, but obviously you don't agree with everyone. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you not. If you agree with everybody, if you agree with somebody on everything, like, that's like nearly impossible, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure y'all, some people may not agree exactly with what I'll be talking about, but it's respect at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Samuels was my guy too. Shout out RIP to Kevin Samuels. There was a lot of shit that I agree with him in terms of, like, you know what I'm saying, modern women and fucking relationship situations. But there were some things that he said that I also disagree with. You know what I'm saying? Like the definition of a high value man and shit like that. But Kevin Samuels was my guy. You know what I mean? I respected that man and what he stood for, especially for the black community. Next week we got Usyk and Daniel Dubois. Who you got? I got Usyk, man. I think that Usyk is too smart. And Daniel Dubois, that's a fighter right there who showed that he ain't got no heart. You know what I'm saying? He quit against Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce beat him with a jab, bro. He could. That shit was so crazy. Like, Joe Joyce really destroyed Daniel Dubois with a jab. Then he got hit with a small jab, and he took a knee, and he stood down the whole time. He didn't continue fighting. And there's people like, oh, you never had a broken orbital bone before. You wouldn't know what it's like. Bro, I had a pro fighter of mine by the name of Brandon Robinson who fought with a broken orbital bone to the end of his fight. If a super middleweight could do it, then his big bulky ass could do it too, bro. You know what I'm saying? You felt pain, you looked for a way out. It was a situation you wasn't used to. You know what I'm saying? So I think Usyk could break Daniel Dubois down. Daniel Dubois is gonna have a hard time hitting that man. You know what I mean? I just think that Usyk's skills on another level. I think he outboxed him to a clear-cut, unanimous decision. Wouldn't be surprised if he found a way to stop Dubois, though. Respect the rhyme, but I know an actor when I see one. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think David Benavidez could beat David Morrell? Absolutely. David Morrell is a talented fighter. He got a lot of aggression. Um, got some good power as well. But in all honesty, I think that if he was to try that same approach with David Benavidez, then he would be in a lot of trouble because I think that'll play to David Benavidez's favor. I think that anybody who straight walk the Benavidez and try to go tit for tat with him is just not going to go well. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just have like extremely crazy power. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's a great fight though. It's a great fight, and I also think that although David Morrell is an accomplished amateur and shit like that, he still got some growing to do in the pros. I think he only got like 7 fights, and neither one of those fights were against elite opposition. You know what I mean? Off the eye test, he looks like the real deal, but we don't know exactly what he brings to the table until he fights a top dude. In all honesty, I would love to see him fight Caleb Plant. I think that'd be a good fight. Uh, yeah, he's around there, bro. I think he got like 7, 8, 9 fights around there. Notes, I'm not sure, but regardless, he don't have more than 10. I know that. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see him fight Caleb Plant. I think that'd be a good fight. Caleb Plant just he definitely on he call it the revenge tour where he just fighting top guys. Um, he fought Canelo, Durrell, and Benavidez back to back to back. So I'm sure that he wouldn't have a problem fighting David Morrell, and I think that'd be a tough fight for both guys. And a fight like that would really show where David Morrell is at. You know what I'm saying? Um, agree. Appreciate that, Ron. David Morrell got like no, yep. Some around there. You can check BoxRec and figure that out, but I'm not sure. Well, Canelo passed number of world champions fighters beaten in 23. I don't even know how much Canelo got. What he got, like 17, 18? I don't know. Well, he beat them. I don't know, bro. He seemed like he's on the later end of his career. I don't know how much he got left in him. I don't know if he could beat. And it just depends on the champions that he facing. What other champions he gonna fight? David Benavidez, Jamel. I don't know. We just gotta see what he fight. Americana is the fastest boxer from 2010. Hand speed, he definitely up there. I think Gary Russell's up there as well. I think it's between Gary Russell and Americana. I think Gary Russell hand speed is fucking insane. 18, okay. Oh, he got 5 more. It's possible. But you already know what Floyd gonna say. He ain't beat me though. So yeah, he might have fought more. He might have beat more world champions than me, but I beat him. So you already know what approach Floyd gonna take. Plant slap fire out of Maul. I know you wouldn't take that. Come on, man. First of all, I wouldn't. I'm not a disrespectful dude. Maul deserved that. From the story that I heard, he was pulling on Caleb Plant beard in front of his wife and family. You would never catch me doing anything like that because I don't disrespect. I don't blatantly disrespect other men unless I'm disrespected. I don't go out of my way to disrespect nobody. So me and Caleb Plant would have never had that situation to begin with. You know what I'm saying? But if there was a situation where he slapped fire out of me, he would have just had to fuck me up after that because we would have definitely got into it. And there wouldn't have been no boxing match either. We would have been really like going to war. You know what I'm saying? Shit. What I think it is with Fury is he knows Usyk is on the same skill level as him. Even if Fury wins, he might come out of the fight saying Fury isn't as good as we thought he was. Yeah, I mean, and Tyson Fury admitted this too. One of the toughest fights he had in his career was against a small cruiserweight by the name of Steve Cunningham. Steve Cunningham has been to my gym several times. He got a good relationship with a coach that I partner up with, Coach Sharon Baker, future PA Boxing Hall of Fame trainer. She worked with Steve Cunningham a lot, especially after Brother Nazim's death. That was one of Tyson Fury's toughest fights, and it wasn't because Steve Cunningham was rough, rugged, or anything like that. It was because he was a smaller man, faster with great boxing ability. And Usyk has that in him. You know what I'm saying? He's a smaller man coming up from cruiserweight, just like Steve Cunningham. And he possesses the skill set that really make Fury frustrated and have to resort to dirty tactics. Like when he fought Steve Cunningham, he did some extremely dirty tactics, man. Leaning on him, the elbows, you know what I mean? Putting his forearm in his face and punching off the forearm. Tyson Fury had to resort to that kind of fight because he understood that he couldn't sit there and box with him. Now, with another heavyweight who's slow, you know what I'm saying? He could get that off where he could get light on his toes, throw some feints, throw some 1-2s like he did with Klitschko, punch and hold type situation. But with a smaller guy like that, he's going to have to bully. You know what I'm saying? And that's most likely the approach he's going to have to take with Usyk. But I don't know if he really wants to take that chance right now because Usyk is a more skilled fighter than Steve Cunningham, in all honesty. So it'll be like Steve Cunningham, the same difficult kind of fight, but just a couple notches above Steve Cunningham. So I think he understands that style will give him some fits. Even though Fury is very capable of beating Usyk, I think he'll give him some fits. And I just think that he's just more concerned about the money right now. I think that he sees an easy lick with Francis Ngannou to make a big bag to fight a guy who has no type of experience. Same thing Floyd did. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that that's the mind state that Tyson Fury's in right now. Nayo got 12. That's what's up. Playing a dog. I like dude. He definitely stand on principles, bro. That white boy ain't no bitch. So you can respect that about him. It's just me. I don't like to watch heavyweights. I don't like it at all. Well, I think I wasn't too big on heavyweights myself. You know what I mean? Especially watching them live, they get tired fast and they don't throw too many punches. But I think Wilder really had me excited for the heavyweight division when he started coming around. Like when he beat Stavern the first time, bro, I was excited. I was excited for the heavyweight division, bro, because this man had straight knockouts. He was explosive. All his fights were exciting. Even with his fights with Luis Ortiz, they were hella. His first fight was exciting as hell with Luis Ortiz. All three Fury fights were exciting. Like Wilder really brought that interest to me in the heavyweight division. To be all honest with you, we got to feel bad for Maul. He was crying in that interview. He was not in the right headspace. That's obvious, bro. I think that he's battling. You know what I mean? Some tough demons. You know what I'm saying? More specifically, I think that he is battling an alcohol addiction. I think that he is suffering depression from his family being torn apart. You know what I mean? In all honesty, if we being transparent, I'm going through a similar situation right now. And it's a tough situation. You know what I'm saying? And some people handle it better than others. You know what I mean? Me, I've always been a tough guy from a mental aspect. Not a lot of things really get to me, and when it do, I find ways to navigate out of that. But some people can't. You know what I mean? I think that's just where Jamal is at right now. I think he's really going through it with his ex-wife or whatever you want to call it. From what I understood, they're trying to rekindle things, but he's still battling the whole alcoholism, and that's a real I think addiction is a real disease. And hopefully he finds a way out, you know what I mean, before it's too late. You don't want to be in an Adrian Broner situation where you put so much, you punish your body so much that you become a shot fighter. You know what I mean? So we'll see exactly where Jamal is headed in time, but hopefully he could shake that shit off and really come back like Tyson Fury did. You know what I'm saying? The heavyweight division old. A lot of the heavyweights are older because they don't take much punishment. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Spark with one punch doesn't necessarily take a punishment. You know what I'm saying? They don't really accumulate a lot of damage, so they last longer. Do you think Wilder is the hardest hitting heavyweight of all time? I think he got the hardest right hand in heavyweight history, but overall power, I think that should go to Ernie Shavers, the George Foremans of the world. But like straight right hand, I think Wilder has the strongest straight right hand in heavyweight history. People sleep on, mental health is something that's not really spoken about too much, bro. Like and especially being from the hood, man, we see people who suffer from mental health issues all the time, like paranoid schizophrenics. A lot of these guys, like they go around, like there was some dude that was walking past my house the other day that was like screaming to the top of his lungs, but was like genuinely arguing with somebody and nobody was there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like these are things that's a constant theme, especially where I'm from. It's a constant theme in society, and I feel like, especially I think like women are more attended to when it comes to mental health issues and shit like that. A lot of people feel bad for them, but like specifically with men, a lot of people don't really like to talk about men's mental health issues because men were uh, told that if you spoke out on your emotions or if you express your emotions any way, you were soft. That's what men are not supposed to be getting into. You know what I'm saying? Keep things to yourself, bottle that shit up, and just push through it, ignore it. And I think throughout time, the longer that you hold in your traumas and any type of negative feelings, I think that shit ends up taking a toll on you mentally, and this is a downward spiral from there. Uh, yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. Can be money problems too, but if that's the case, then maybe he should keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's money that's the main issue for Jamal, then he's with PBC Al Heyman and he's a WBC middleweight champion of the world. So there's plenty of fights he can make out there that could generate him some money. So I don't think it's necessary. I think it's a lot deeper than money, bro. Because if money was the case, then they would have been resolved that. Al Heyman would have been taken care of that. For real, for real. I think that as a result of him going through these mental health issues, he might have some financial troubles. But really, I just think that it's way deeper than money. I think what he's going through is deeper than money. Haney is only fighting Regis because he sees Regis as the easy win. I look back to Regis fighting Cepeda. That Regis would be too slow for Haney. Haney would be able to easily stay outside. I think that's why he's pursuing the Regis pro grade fight as well, because I think he see a lot of holes in Regis' game, and he just thinks from a stylistic standpoint, he will have the upper hand. You know what I mean? Devin Haney has a great jab. Although he does seem to abandon it against southpaws like Regis, he has a great jab. He understands distance real well. He has great feet. Um, uh, he has good feet, solid movement. I think that he could outbox Regis Prograde to a 12-round unanimous decision. That's what I think. And I think he knows that too. So that's why he's pursuing the fight so heavy. I think he understands that Rolly won't fight him. I think he I think he understands that Teofimo seems to be hesitant to fight him. And Teofimo talking about retirement and all that. And nobody wants to look Subriel Matias' way. You know what I mean? Subriel just called out Devin Haney the other day. And there was really no response from Devin Haney's end. You know what I mean? But maybe because he's occupied with the pro grade fight. Who knows? But so no, not really anybody's looking Subriel Matias' way. But apparently he's fighting Sergey Lipinets, and that's a fucking banger, bro. That fight right there is a banger. So, yeah, that's that. You know what I'm saying? What else was it on my topic? What else was on my topic? I already spoke on Alycia Baumgardner, conspiracy, the broken hand. Oh yeah, Bud calls out Canelo. Let's get into that. I'm gonna finish up these comments and let's talk about that before I get up out of here. I almost been on here 2 hours. Especially in the hood, you tell a nigga you sad or some shit, they see that as a sign of weakness. Yeah, bro, and as a result, people not being able to express themselves, they keep that shit bottled in, and that shit just takes a toll on them mentally, bro. It's a fact. In the hood too, if you show weakness, wolves will eat you. You have to deal with your problems alone. That's life. Yeah, I feel like that applies a lot to men. Like I heard Chris Rock say something that was real interesting. He was like, dogs, women, and children are showed unconditional love. Men are showed unconditional love under the terms that they provide something. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was true, man. I think that men are only valued in today's society under the condition that they provide something, like that they're providers, or you know what I mean, they gotta have some type of money. You know what I mean? It's like certain circumstances for men, they'll be able to have privilege to certain things. But like women, pets, and kids are showing unconditional love consistently. You know what I mean? But it's always harder for the man in the society that we grew up in, and I agree with him on that. But he said, oh yeah, close it out with that. All right, so apparently Terrence Crawford has been doing interviews everywhere since his win against Terrence Crawford. He was on Earn Your Leisure. He was on the Sean Porter podcast. He was on the Breakfast Club. And most recently, he was on the Joe Rogan Experience, one of the biggest podcasts, if not the biggest podcast in the world. And they were talking back and forth. I didn't get to see the full interview. I'm going to definitely check that out, though. But they was talking back and forth. They was just talking about the boxing world and what's going on right now. And obviously, Terrence Crawford has been talking about consistently fighting Jermell Charlo. That's something that has really been on his mind. It's something he really wants to do. That's definitely on his agenda coming up. But apparently he had made some almost an outlandish statement to Joe Rogan that he's had a change of heart where he wants to fight the winner of Canelo and Jermell at 168 pounds for undisputed. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought that was just completely like almost out of character for Terrence Crawford to say, because not too long ago he was just saying that there's weight classes for a reason. There's weight classes for a reason. He respects that. And he's not going to move up too high. He was just saying this like a couple days ago. And now he's just coming out and saying that he's willing to fight Canelo at 168 pounds. I don't know if that's because Canelo came out and said that he'll accept the fight with Terrence Crawford at 168 and that he's not going down to 160. So Terrence Crawford probably like, all right, you know what I mean? I'll go up to 168 if you guarantee me a fight. So maybe that's the point of view that Terrence Crawford's coming from. But regardless, it's definitely like an outlandish statement. It's just something that I didn't expect Terrence Crawford to do. But in all honesty, I don't feel like he needs to do that. You know what I'm saying? He kept saying, yeah, I want to be 3 times undisputed. But I feel like you could do that in the weight class above you. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like he needs to go up to 168 to prove any kind of point. Moving up 2 weight classes is insane in itself. But going up 3 weight classes with no fights in between, that is insane. You know what I mean? I definitely don't like that fight for Terrence Crawford. But obviously, if he takes on the challenge, I will be watching. I just feel like he don't need to do that. And I feel like they only do that. I feel like they only try to do that to black fighters. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these guys, like this just happened with Nayo anyway. They was talking about 3 weight classes is too much to fight Gervonta Davis and all that. Like they giving Nayo anyway like the pass to not go up there and do that. But they're so hell bent on Bud doing that. You know what I mean? I feel like he don't need to do that. I feel like he accomplished everything he need to accomplish being 3 times undisputed at 154 pounds. You already did it at 40, you did it at 47. You can do that 54 and then ride off to the sunset however you want. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really like that fight. You know what I mean? That's just me. So let me check out these John. Canelo with Duck Bud. If they were in the same weight class, yeah. I know we talking boxing with respect for opening up on mental health. Mazuma, real dude. Appreciate that, homie. Thank you. I'll always speak on that. Because it's a real thing, you know what I mean? My shorty understand men have it hard, which is why even though I make a decent amount of money for only being 22, she doesn't care to pay for a meal, buy me an outfit or some shoes, whatever it is. It's always great to have an appreciative woman, bro, or a woman that rock with you, you know what I'm saying? Because when men don't feel appreciated, that's usually when they tend to break apart from their women or just become emotionally unattached to them. So the fact that you're being appreciated by that woman, you got to keep that woman by your side, man. That's a blessing. But chasing legacy, you can't blame him, but that's 21 pounds. Yeah, he was just saying that there's weight classes for a reason. He was just saying that for Tank. When they was talking about the possibility of Tank fighting him, he was like, man, you don't understand there's levels and there's weight classes for a reason, so I don't think Tank would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a small guy. But you would be that small guy going up against Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Moving up 3 weight classes, which is more extreme than what Tank would do because Tank will only have to move up 2 like Jermell's doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting. Would you rather be the best boxer in history and end up poor or be trash and make millions, legacy, or money? That's a great question. Because I feel like if you're the best boxer in history, there's no reason as to why you can't make money. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Tyson, he's not even the greatest fighter in boxing history, but he always finds a way to get a bag. You know what I'm saying? He got cannabis. He got a podcast. People be paying for appearances and shit like that. So it's like, how could you necessarily end up poor if you're the greatest boxer in history? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Muhammad Ali would have ever went broke because of how iconic his name was. If you're the greatest boxer of all time, His name would definitely be iconic. There'd be room for revenue, but um, I definitely wouldn't want to end up poor. So I'll probably go with Millions legacy. Uh, I'd rather be trash, bro. In all honesty. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I definitely don't want to go out poor for my family's sake. I got a son. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to go down that path where he's struggling. Oh, yeah, I don't know how realistic it would be for Canelo and Bud to fight, but in some other world, if Bud was naturally a 168-pounder, Canelo would do everything in his power to avoid Bud. I agree with that. That's a great point. If he was a 160, like a full legitimate 168, Canelo would definitely be in trouble. Trash and Millions. Yeah, for sure. I'd rather be trash, bro. Because my son will be set up for life, and that's all I really want. You know what I'm saying? Actuality is only like a 12, 15-pound difference between IU anyway and Tank. Yeah, exactly. And they were saying how that wasn't realistic and that he shouldn't do that. He just moved up to 122. You know what I'm saying? But I just find it funny how everybody's trying to get Bud to go up to 68 to fight Terrence. To fight Canelo. That like blows my mind. Yeah, I think he was trying to spare Tank because I think Bud is a little too big for Tank. Bud is 5'8", 5'9". In terms of height, Bud would be bigger than Canelo, but Canelo's body mass type is going to appear. Yeah, bro, and a lot of people be doing that too. They necessarily think because somebody's taller than somebody that they're bigger. Just because you taller than somebody don't mean you bigger than them. You know what I'm saying? In terms of body mass, and Canelo is fully acclimated to the 168-pound division. He made it clear he can't make 160 no more. So that lets you know how filled in he is at the super middleweight division. You know what I mean? Bud may be taller than Canelo, but he's not bigger. He would be a small guy in that ring against Canelo. I promise you that. Just like how Bud was saying, Tank is a small guy and there's weight classes for a reason. The same should apply to you, Bud. So it's kind of crazy that you came out with that statement, bro. But you know what I mean? If the fight happens, I'll watch it. Like I said, Dillian White trash and got millions. Do he got millions? Maybe he do. Got a lot. He probably got a bunch of euros out there. Cannabis industry not bad. Best investments to make while you're young is in the pharmaceutical tech and armed defense industries. That's where all the big boys keep their money. Hey, you talking that talk. Sorry for getting off topic so much. I appreciate the fact that you can bring it back to boxing. No, it's all good, bro. We chopping it up. It's all right. Ain't nobody tripping. But yeah, man, like those my opinions on all three topics, man. I've been on here for 2 hours and some change, so I'm about to wrap it up soon. But um, regarding the whole Terrence Crawford calling out Terrence Crawford calling out Canelo situation, I'm sure Canelo won't have no trouble taking that fight, bro. He will not give a fuck to take advantage of a smaller man. He's done it in the past. Amir Khan, now Jamel. You know what I mean? So it's in his blood to do so. You know what I mean? He even did it to Josecito Lopez. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people forgot about that. And I think Matthew Hatton as well. He got no problem making anybody move him in weight, just like Bernard Hopkins did for De La Hoya and Trinidad. I wouldn't. And he said it. He said he'll accept the fight if Terrence Crawford move up to 68. So maybe that's a fight that's on the horizon, man. Who knows? But it is what it is. I just think it's crazy that Bud suddenly just came up to that conclusion that he'll fight Canelo when the whole press after the fight, he just been talking about how he'll fight him at one. He went from saying he won't fight Canelo to fighting him at 158 catch weight to all of a sudden saying I'll go up to 168 to become 3-time undisputed. But I was like, bro, if you want 3-time undisputed, you can make it happen at 54. It don't need to be at 68. It's all about being smart about shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's a little crazy. Yeah, I think he got 8 mil against Fury, and that's just Fury. Damn, he got 8 mil for Fury? God damn. I asked this question because some boxers be like, I fight for only legacy, blah, 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 too much cat. Well, a lot of people that's saying that aren't even taking legacy defining fights. They just trying to take the biggest reward with the lowest risk. So is it really legacy defining? I don't know. A lot of things that make legacy defining fights is being in there with somebody who's very capable of beating you, having some type of titles on the line, you know what I'm saying? And it being wanted by the hardcore and casual boxing fans. Those are legacy defining fights. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these dudes not really doing that, or they haven't been in position to do so yet. Only thing about the UK, man, is them taxes. Is them taxing. I can only imagine how they tax professional athletes. Shit. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. That's a whole different world over there. I know they tax the shit out of us over here. Great live. Enjoy listening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, that's the last one I'm going to do right here, and I'm going to wrap this up. I remember that back in the day, they was trying to get Floyd to come up to 160 to fight GGG. I remember that as well. But if they didn't have that same energy when Andre Ward was trying to get GG, yeah, they didn't. They didn't. Yeah, they didn't at all. They was trying to get Andre Ward to move up to 175 to fight Kovalev, and he ended up doing it. You know what I'm saying? But Andre Ward, because all right, I'm gonna give y'all the history breakdown if y'all remember. Abel Sanchez, when he was with Triple G, when he was coaching Triple G, he was going on HBO after fights saying that they'll fight anybody from 154 to 168, right? And they had called out a few 168-pound guys. They called Cesar Chavez Jr. They called him out at 168. They also called out Carl Froch, right? Andre Ward has stepped in, long story short, and be like, yo, if you want to come to the 168-pound division, you don't got to look no further. You can fight me, right? So they was extremely hesitant on that to the point where they said they'll fight Andre Ward, but it'll have to be at a catch weight of 164 pounds. Andre Ward wasn't with all that. They even Rock Nation and Andre Ward's team has sent Triple G and Tom Loeffner an offer, and he said, and Triple G had turned it down in 15 minutes, according to Andre Ward. His team had turned it down, and that's why Andre Ward, if you see in previous interviews, he was calling Triple G Little G. You know what I'm saying? Because of how he was turning down the fight and shit like that. They was even trying to get Floyd to come up to 160 to fight Triple G. And Floyd came out with an interview and said, yo, listen, if you go and beat Andre Ward at 168, then I'll go to 160 and fight you. And he completely turned that down. So that lets you know exactly where Triple G mind frame was at. It's selective smoke, man. It's selective smoke. They know who and who not to play with when it comes to that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? They only got smoke for certain people. That's how a lot of people are. They know who and who not to play with. And Triple G knew not to play with Andre Ward. He even said it like that he knew that Andre Ward was a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. He didn't want that smoke. Great live, Mark. Appreciate it, homie. Crawford chasing legacy for sure. I think he beats Canelo, but I don't think we see it. And as for Tank, he the only fighter fans cool with cherry picking. I'm not cool with it, in all honesty. But, yeah, man, hopefully we get to see these fights. Crawford chasing legacy, but he don't have to move up. What I'm trying to say is he don't got to move up fucking 21 pounds to do something that's legacy defining. He don't need to do that. He could do that at 154 and still receive the same accolades. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. Yeah, selective smoke, bro. That's what it is, bro. It's selective smoke. You know what I mean? Like, they got smoke for certain motherfuckers, but when they run into that right dude, all of a sudden it's a different story. It's a different approach. You know what I'm saying? That's what dudes be having selective smoke. Switch hitters of boxing. Yeah, facts. I think in a rematch, Plant beats Canelo, man. The problem with Plant is that he's not reliable from a gas tank standpoint, bro. Like, I knew that he wasn't gonna beat Canelo when they first announced it because of how like he fatigues in the later rounds, man. He shows extreme signs of fatigue. He's experienced, so like when he fought Jose Euskadigi, he showed signs of fatigue, and he was getting hit later in that fight. Then when he fought Caleb Truax, he was beating up Caleb Truax, and later on in that fight, he showed signs of fatigue and just closer to a decision where he could have possibly stopped him. So I always knew there was like a little problem with his gas tank. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he just wasting too much movement. You know what I'm saying? But I don't trust his conditioning, man. I don't trust his conditioning to beat somebody like Canelo. He starts off great 4 or 5 rounds, and then shit just seems to go downhill afterwards. That's what happened with Benavidez as well. And we don't know how he's going to come back off of that Benavidez loss because he took a lot of punishment in that fight. So we just going to have to wait and see. See Caleb Plant's resting. He probably won't fight till early next year or whatever. But until then, we won't really know. I don't know if he beats Canelo in a rematch. I think that style is just all bad for him to deal with. I don't think he has the power to discourage Canelo. I don't think he got anything to back Canelo up. So there's gonna be constant pressure, and eventually that gas tank gonna hit E. And how's he gonna be able to handle Canelo when his gas tank is on E? When Canelo still has smoke in those later rounds. You hit the nail on the head with high reward, low risk, legacy, hypocrisy. Yeah, that's what a lot of dudes be on, bro. That's why I can't. That's why I'm not emotionally invested in a lot of these fighters, bro. Because they'll find a way to disappoint you. Yeah, he could do that at 54 facts. He could do that. You know what I'm saying? Would the Charlo and Jerry Hurst situation be considered selective smoke? I think what happened was they just let that shit marinate too long. You talking about? I'm thinking you talking about the fight. Well, possibly because they was all talking crazy and shit like that. They was all talking crazy to each other, and then when Jared Hurd wrapped around Jamal to slap Jamal, it wasn't really any resistance going on. So Jamal got a history of having selective smoke, man. Like the Caleb Plant getting slapped situation wasn't the only time. When he fought, when he was going back and forth with Daniel Jacobs, there was an interview where they was all like crowded around him. He was leaned up against the wall. Daniel Jacobs walked past him. He was like, "Oh, look who I finally see." You know what I'm saying? And Jamal was like real quiet, you know what I'm saying? Not really trying to engage with him. And as Daniel Jacobs started walking away, he went back to talking this shit. So Jamal definitely got a tendency of, you know what I mean, having that selective smoke for motherfuckers. And then I seen that when Jamal was at a post-fight press conference after he won, Demetrius Andre was like, "Yo, so when me and you gonna fight?" He was like, "Oh, well, I'm not a promoter, bro. I don't pick my fights." You know what I'm saying, you don't got a promoter. Yeah. He was like, "I came at the perfect time." He was like, "Yo, you talking all that shit? Like, what's going on?" He was like, we could fight. We could fight." Just like his whole pitch went down and all. You could see this nervous energy in Jamal. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just one of them dudes that's only tough in the ring. That's what I personally think. And then when Demetrius Andre pressed him at the press conference, Jamel had to get involved to, you know what I'm saying, to defend his brother. But yeah, that's the type time Jamal be on. It is what it is. But all right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. Might go pick up my son, spend time with my baby, man. I appreciate you guys all checking in and staying in as long as y'all did, man. It's impressive how much you guys been supporting me, man. I'm extremely thankful. Yeah, my Texas brothers be blowing my mind with the acting. Yeah, bro. There be some Philly dudes that disappoint me as well. But it is what it is. Thank you guys, man. I've been talking for 2 hours and some change. Definitely need a little break. But I appreciate you guys checking in. Shout out to the Cash Apps as well, Rhonda and Jay Cash, man. I appreciate you guys donating to the channel. It's definitely gonna help grow. And I'm looking forward to seeing what I'm doing with this channel further down the line. Appreciate you notes as well. Equip FC. Ralph, shout out to J Cash as always. Real Talk, one of my guys, Max Middleman. Shout out to everybody who came through and showed love to the channel, man. I got 13 people on here right now, and my views have stayed consistent throughout these lives. I might come back with a live later tonight and just knock out like another hour. And enjoy your Saturday too, J Cash. Thank you, man. Um, yeah. I'm gonna definitely get on here later tonight for sure. Let me check out this one comment. He said, "I hate that Jermell showing Canelo too much respect. Where was all that? I could beat Canelo, like he said, during a planned fight, all access." Yeah, bro. Canelo mentioned that too. He was like, "Yo, I thought he was gonna talk shit because all the stuff he was saying in the past, but he been real humble." So we're not the only ones who noticing it, bro. You know what I mean? Canelo's noticing it as well, but it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. We won't know until they fight. But I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm gonna try to get Alycia Baumgardner on here for sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna make some later tonight. All right, bro. I appreciate you, Max. Thank you. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. This is Mazuma Nation. This is Mazuma TV. Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to Mazuma Mob. We out of here, man. Thank you guys for everything. Peace.